Greetings, brothers and sisters from around the world. Pull up a chair. It is time to get down to the business. I am, of course, your host, your brother, your humble servant, Mr. Jason Black, back with you one more again. I'm still in Atlanta. All right, you see what happened was... It's a long, ugly story. Actually, it's a short, dumb one. But in any case, I am still stuck in Atlanta. And boy, have I seen some sights and sounds since I've been here. And yes, I do have some things on my mind, as a matter of fact. So, I am not here alone tonight. I've got a couple of folk here with me. I have Valerie. Welcome to the business, Valerie.
Hello.
And... y'all ain't gonna believe this. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Jason.
All right, y'all. We've got everyone's favorite Vietnamese is here. I keep forgetting which part of Asia y'all came from. Which one?
Chinese.
Okay, Chinese. Close enough. I mean,
That's like...
is that serious? All right.
It is.
Fine. Mm-hmm. All she wants to get picky is Chinese, so fine. It's all right. She got that going on. So needless to say, I done got tag teamed up in here, and not in a nice way either, by the way. So all right. So I'm stuck in Atlanta, and I said, you know what? I might as well make a go of it. So I brought in a couple of folks here because, boy, I gotta tell you, I've seen some things that have reminded me of a great statistic around here, although they will not think it is so great when we get done. Ladies, oh man, it should have been better than this. It really should have been. But it's not. It's not, and I don't think it's going to get there. So I've traveled around, and I gotta tell you, I've got some complaints. I have got some complaints. And that's why tonight, just in case folks want to make an issue of it, I'm going to leave a hater debate. Is Atlanta the worst city that I've seen for females so far? What? Is Atlanta the worst? I don't know if Atlanta's the worst, but it may be the second worst. What in the hell happened? What happened around here? All the chicks done got kids. They 6 feet tall with muffin tops. So I went to it's story time. I need to make a thing for that. Story time. All right. So when I realized that I would not be leaving as soon as I thought I would, I said, well, let me go ahead and go get me something. So I went to Whole Foods. Went to the Whole Foods over there by Georgia Tech. And I went up in there, and a bunch of little college kids diddy-bopping around and doing what they do. So I said, okay, fine. And what the hell is going on there? All right. Y'all, it's just, that was Atlanta uncouthness. Ma'am, I don't know if you think folk couldn't hear that, but... Yes, ma'am. This is why you're single. All right. Just long story short, this is why you're... Yeah, I'm so glad I'm telling this story right now. And even though you're not the woman I'm about to be talking about in a moment here, you're a great in-person illustration. So this is why you're single. Yeah, there you go. All right. If you need to hark up another loogie, let me... Do we need to take a brief intermission so you can go ahead and do that? What man wouldn't want to couple up with this? Who wouldn't want to have this? Who wouldn't want to have this? Okay, so I'm sitting there. I'm walking around Whole Foods over there by Georgia Tech. Little college kids are diddy-bopping around. They got Indian couples walking through there. I'm going around. Y'all, I see this one woman. Oh, she was the most beautiful thing on her was her skin tone, and that was about it. Oh, she was about 6'2", built like Nurse Ratched. Nigga, I didn't have time to take pictures. I was too busy trying to hold the shopping cart. I'm like, when I saw her come by, I'm like, I was going to take pictures, but I'm like, she went into the self checkout where they got the two women standing there looking, so they were looking in my direction. She had her back turned to me. She's going to the self checkout. They're looking at me. So I'm like, can I sneak a picture? Damn, they're sitting right there looking at me. Sir, we have to ask you to leave. Y'all know how it is with us, so especially when I'm around. Okay. I mean, she was about 6'2". Looked like a female Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, then she had a halter top on. Damn. I mean, she was about size, well, I can't say size 12 because when you're like 6'2", 3, but the struggle was real where that was concerned. I'm like, oh, y'all, Atlanta should hold a vote to get rid of you because you bringing the real estate value down. It's just, we should put you on the ballot just to remove you. Hey, if we can get rid of Young Thug, she can go too. Young Thug just got exiled from Atlanta. How does Young Thug have to leave but she can stay? Thug actually did something for the city. So she's making it look ugly. So she's sitting there and stuff. She's got Cheetos and every damn thing else in there. I mean, just she made her shopping cart look like a damn wagon. I mean, it was just, she was just hovering over it. It was just kind of unreal. I'm sitting there looking. They had the women working back there in the bakery. Oh, it was nothing but bonnets and bad attitude. You couldn't hear the customers. The women back there in the bakery, you could hear them. I'm just like, okay. It was like watching the Gandhi dancers baking. You know, it's like that. It was that kind of thing. It's like everything was loud. Like they'd be 2 feet from each other. They talked like they were working at a car wash, except they were sitting right next to each other. It was that kind of situation. So I'm just sitting there watching it, and everything was overpriced. There's the other thing. Everything's overpriced, but I'm just sitting there watching it now. Coming up through the checkout lane. Had the one little chick, I think she was trying to holler y'all. I was not receptive. But I think she was. She didn't ask anybody else if they needed any help with anything. She asked me. I didn't know what to say. I mean, she wasn't really my type. I didn't know what to say. Jason, what's not your type? She looked like Drake. What? So, imagine if Drake was like 5'2" with the afro. So I'm like, okay. I think she's trying to be friendly. Oh, and I hate that. And I hate that. I think she was trying to be friendly. I'm like, oh, I done rule her out just out of hand. On the one hand, I felt some kind of way, but I'm like, nigga, you better stand by this because you don't even want to get this started. Don't even be friendly because, oh, she might be like little puppy lost and might follow you home. So it's like, oh no, I gotta break your little heart right here. So I did that. Okay. Figured that should be the end of it. Going through traffic, heading back to the hotel. I get there. There were two nice ladies at the front desk. They're both about 50 years old. All right. But Jason, yes. Aren't you 50? Yes. What's your point? Sorry, not gonna work. No, sorry. It's just, it's not gonna, uninspiring. So, I won't go down this story about what happened there, but it was uninspiring. And I was just sitting there thinking about it for a little bit. I was thinking to myself, now they're gonna complain that the fellas are not motivated. And that's what they're gonna complain about. All right. So I went to a local restaurant. I'm not going to say which one because I don't want y'all looking at the sundial funny. And, will someone please explain to me, when did they start letting the single moms and their kids into the sundial? When we started doing that? When did the Mater D start letting them up in there? I thought y'all raised the prices to keep them hoes out. I'm sitting there and stuff, and I'm like, okay, surely I can get away from the riff-raff here. Hell no. Here they came walking through. They had it looking like Olive Garden up in there. And we've all been to Olive Garden. We've seen them on Sunday afternoon. They come rummaging through there. Here comes a parade of them. And I'm like, this is the wrong place. It's like, I've been here. What the hell happened? Y'all, it's going downhill. It's going downhill. It is. Atlanta for half a minute was popping. Now, oh boy. It's just a bunch of middle-aged chicks and baby mamas running around here now. So it's just, oh, that was it. It's gone from bad to unworkable. I don't even know why they have the freeway still open. Close this bastard down. It's just false advertising. Oh, the other thing is they're not from here. Oh yeah, one more thing. They're not from here. Nobody's from here anymore. Nobody's from Atlanta anymore. They're all from New York. They're all from New York and the Midwest. They're all from New York and the Midwest. That's the other thing. They're all from New York and the Midwest, and they're just kind of squatting down here. They sitting up here complaining about the fellas here. Do you see what the fellas got to choose from? Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It really, really is. It's just, I mean, unless you're over there with the college kids. I guess if you're over there with them, although that, I got to tell you, even if I were of a mind for that, and I'm not, but even if I were, I mean, these are some of the goofiest looking college girls you ever saw in your life right there. They're walking down the street looking like stranger in paradise. You know, it's a bunch of little bug-eyed kids running around here. I'm like, okay, some dumb nigga gonna get you pregnant, and that's gonna be the end of his life. Some dumb football player gonna get this little broad pregnant, and he'll be through. She'll get some sense right after that. So this is the moral of this story is if you go to a place and things are nice, leave while it's still nice. Don't wait, don't hang around. Leave while you still like it. Don't stick around long enough to start not liking it. Say, wait till you go to an EDM club. What the hell am I going to go up in there for? What am I going there for? Go to an EDM? Why would I go there? Okay, you two, no, you're whispering. Okay, that microphone can pick up from 10 feet away, and you two heifers are sitting there whispering like nobody can hear you. They literally can hear you. Y'all, do you see what I got to deal with? Do you see what I have to deal with? They just went and Googled EDM club. They just went and, that's what they're over there doing. They're over there Googling EDM clubs, so. All right, fine. I am here to represent the men. And I'm here to represent the men because we just had an election. Kamala Harris is out. Yeah, she gone, but the heart's still there. Entitlement is still in the air, y'all. We done messed around and waited. The men have backed off. And now the available options are getting thinner. Okay, the women themselves are getting bigger. The number of desirable options is getting thinner. The ones themselves are getting bigger. What are we supposed to do with this? I'm here to say, what are we supposed to do with this? I'm going to open up Zoom. If I got some fellas in Atlanta, if I'm mischaracterizing things, that's why I called this hater debate tonight. I want to see who the hell going to try to defend this. Who is going to try to defend what I've seen out here? It's just a bad look. What happened to the ladies? What in the world happened to them? It's not even good side chick material out here.
And deal with it, nigga.
Everything is ratty and run through. What are we doing? What are we doing? You're going to have to import some new females here. It's just the native population. What are you doing? Laverne says she's 20 minutes from there. Sorry you're stuck here. Laverne, is that a pass or are you just giving your condolences? I'm just trying to make sure what's going on there. She's like, I'm 20 minutes away. I'm like, oh, are you offering? Oh, sorry you stuck there. All right. I don't get it. Oh, Mr. Joe says they ran to Miami. Oh, so you're saying all the best and brightest went to Miami. I can believe it. I can believe it. I mean, it is a bunch of steel toe boot feminists around here. is, folks, it's not pretty. It's. I mean, it used to be. I mean, it's a lot of black females here. Don't get me wrong. Saw one earlier today. I swear on a stack. Looked like Simone Sanders. Damn. I mean, she had shoulder pads, and I'm just like, okay, her shoulders were as broad as mine. Her shoulders were as broad as mine, and then she had shoulder pads on. I'm like, baby, you didn't think you looked stout enough? So you just gonna make sure that she had a little buzz haircut and everything. Oh, and then some skin tight jeans. That she had some skin tight blue jeans on. So she looked like she was a good size 11. You know, she wasn't a 12, but she wasn't no 8 neither. So it's like, what's between 10 and 12? Whatever is in between 10 and 12, that's what she was. So I'm just sitting there. She on a white blouse, ma'am. If you listening, I saw you today. She on a white blouse and had, like, you know, little shoulder paddings in it. Had the little shoulder paddings in it. And I'm just like, okay, so your shoulders just ain't broad enough? I guess she felt like the skin tight blue jeans would offset the shoulders. I guess that's what she felt like. It's just, oh, if I look too masculine, the skin tight jeans will make up for it. No, it really won't. It really won't. Oh, I mean, she looked like Biz Markie in the face, but other than that, you know, it's just, what happened? Oh, you say that might have been a member of the trans community? That's the other problem down here. That's the other problem. Even if you do, in Atlanta today, sketchy sex is not making sure it's a female first. That's sketchy now. It's just, she looked good. It's a dude. You have to investigate first. And then you have to investigate first. Don't just grab something and run off. Don't just do that. It might seem like a good idea. I thought I was back in Shreveport for a minute. Just with more for skyscrapers. I thought I was back there for a moment. Now you're paying a premium. What happened? Does anybody know what in the hell happened? I say that because I had something else on here that I was going to talk to you about. And it makes sense. Demographics may not be destiny, but they're damn sure a problem. On top of everything else, if you want to know why in the world the fellas are not as motivated as you might think that they would be, on top of everything else, it is a rough ride. Because of this, women outnumber men in metro Atlanta. Census data shows. Yeah, they sure do. They are angry. They are surly. So glad I didn't have you two ladies with me earlier here. I would have gotten the whole day. Bucking eyes. Don't buck your eyes. It's not cute. They might have sat up here and might have had an issue. I want to put this up in the chat room. I want to leave. I've been trying to leave. It hasn't been easy. I want to leave, but goodness gracious, what happened to Atlanta? And if that's Atlanta, what in the hell happened to everything else? I don't want to speak too soon for anything. That's the other thing. There's a damn ambulance going by every 10 minutes, too. There's a damn ambulance going by every... Is that for the men jumping out the windows because they can't find a woman? Is that what's happening? It's just every 10 minutes a nigga like, ah! He's surrounded by dudes. Dudes who think they women and women who want to be dudes apparently is... I don't know what's going on. Everybody was coming to Atlanta. They're coming to Atlanta to be the black Mecca. Come make some money because you ain't going to start a relationship down here. I don't think you want to try that one. But as you can see on your screens here, the demographics get even worse. If you're in Baltimore, oh hell, Atlanta right below it, Philadelphia, New York, the women outnumber the men. I say women. I'm using that word because biologically I guess they qualify, but what in the hell? This is an unmotivated male minority here. All right, you two ladies have been looking around here long enough. Where am I lying?
I'm not familiar with the city. I'm visiting, but...
Bring that closer to you. So I can let them hear your foolery in full detail. Go ahead and bring it on.
I am not from the Atlanta area, so I would not know.
You're even worse. You're from California. That's even worse.
Well, me either. I'm not from the area, but I can definitely see, based on what I've seen so far, that could be on point.
Could be. What do y'all want us to do with this? Fellas, what are we supposed to do with this? What in the hell are we supposed to do with what the hell we see out here? What are we supposed to do with Baltimore? What are we supposed to do with Philadelphia? What are we supposed to do with all this? No, seriously. What are we supposed to do with that? It's not even inviting. How hard is a man supposed to work to get a 3-time baby mama exactly? How much exceptional work is a man supposed to do to qualify for that?
I'm sure if you go to the local Walmart,
Now you want to pipe up. Okay. But what about the local mall? There's a Walmart around somewhere.
I said, I'm sure if you go to a local Walmart, you'll be able to find a few women.
Yes, there's plenty of women everywhere. There's women in this building.
I'm sure if you get out more and...
After seeing what I've seen, I want to get out less, but go ahead.
You may meet some beautiful women if there is so much competition to find a good man.
Oh, the women there's nice looking women here. Yeah, there certainly is. It used to be nice for keeping for a while. Now I'm like, okay, do you want to risk bringing them home? Don't want to get carjacked or anything else.
Probably.
All right, I got a Hustle Dinero here on Zoom. What's on your mind, brother? Looks like you laid back on something on leather.
Man, what's the deal? Yeah, I just wanted to co-sign you on what you were saying earlier, man. It's terrible out here. You understand? All you really gonna come across is the baby moms. You know what I mean? If she ain't got no kids, she ain't got no motivation for no good job. You know what I mean? She probably want to work, some dead end, and then want to, expect you to pick up the weight. You understand what I'm saying? Check this out. I had bumped into one chick. Man, the first night of me meeting her, she need help with the rent. You understand me? Then another chick need help with a car note. You know what I'm saying? Just behind on everything. I don't know if it's the chains. I don't know if it's the car I'm driving. You know what I mean? But I can't do it, man. I'm really just thinking about relocating. I'm in Atlanta as well. It's crazy.
How old was she?
Say that one more time.
About how old was she?
Oh, 30. You know what I mean? The first one, matter of fact, first one was
30.
29. The second one was 30. Yeah.
One was 29, one was 30.
Yeah.
How many kids between them?
Both of them had one kid.
Right. One strike against them coming in the damn door.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's how I want to say this. It's like some of them humble themselves, when they have a kid, when they figure, they back is against the wall or what have you, they want to humble themselves and really, have a man and all that. But when you ask them about their past, oh yeah, I was drinking, I was an alcoholic, I was always partying, I was turning up and blase, blase, blah. It's come on, man. You know what I mean? This is why you in this predicament now. It's a little late to be acting mature, right? But
were they expecting a commitment?
Oh, of course. What do you mean? Yeah, of course. They was talking about no sharing and
no sharing.
Oh yeah, no sharing.
She got a kid. She's already being shared. But
man, what? Somebody got to it first.
Dude, if she got a kid, she's already being shared. It's baby, we're already sharing you. What are you talking about?
I mean, make it make sense, man. You know what I mean? I can't. I was thinking Houston, maybe. Right, but
Houston, oh Lord,
I can't just get up. I can't just get up and leave like that. You know what I'm saying? I got my own job, my own little career I got going on down here. You know what I'm saying? But
No,
But yeah.
you think Atlanta bad? Wait till you get to Houston. Out of the frying pan on top of the damn fire.
Come on. Yeah, man. It's ugly.
Brother,
It's
I mean,
ugly.
how hard are you supposed to work for that? There's the
That's
real
the-
thing. It's like there's the complaint. It's like, okay, how much productivity are you supposed to give? Like, how exceptional of a man? They'll tell you everybody else they've been with this is a bum. Okay, well, how exceptional am I supposed to be? And this is my damn reward.
Right. You know what I mean? And then the reward to be, I give you kids, right? Or you're gonna have a great woman in your life, and all this shit. It's like, man, I'm good alone for real. You know what I mean? As far as getting my own life together and all that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'll give you kids like the other niggas.
Yeah.
I get you. Where like she's. That's what I mean. It's like women, they don't even think, man. They don't even think. I'm sorry, I gotta go off tonight. They don't even think. What the hell are we talking about here?
I mean, some of them is just trying to steal a baby. You know what I mean? They just want to steal a baby and then get come up on the government incentives. You know what I mean? The same ones that want to vote for Kamala about that $6,000 child credit. You sit up there and ask them, okay, let me understand why you want to vote for her. I just want to get inside the mind, and they tell you, oh well, she's about the abortion. It's like, okay, but you want to keep your baby. You know what I mean? Oh, well, $6,000 child credit, I can really use that. And, just a whole bunch of nonsense, man. You know what I mean? When meanwhile, you got the men that's thinking about the economics of the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to have some money in my pocket. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all trying to get free handouts around this bitch. You know what I mean? It's like.
And not late. I mean, just, it would be, I put a post on Facebook. If they're smart, they don't think they have to be pretty. If they're pretty, they don't think they have to be smart. And if they're smart and pretty, they don't think they have to do anything.
Oh man, don't tell them to work out. You know what I mean? You really cursing yourself. You really shooting yourself in the foot. You tell them you want to work, you want them to work out. You know what I'm saying?
The ones who are going to work out don't have to be told. But here's the problem: she thinks you're going to buy her. She thinks that on that alone, she should get $1 million house in Buckhead and never have to work again for the rest of her life.
They want the $1 million house in Giants Creek, man. You know what I'm saying? They want to be out there in Duluth. You know what I'm saying? Living lavish and not like the average around this bitch. You know what I mean? But it's like, man, you the average chick out here with kids and shit. With no job. Make a wish foundation for these females out here, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But nah, man, I'm gonna go ahead, yield my time, man. I'm gonna go ahead and sit back and listen to the program, man. I just want, like I said, I definitely wanted to co-sign you on what you're saying. Yeah, it's ugly out here, man. Completely unmotivated. You know what I mean? Completely. But yeah, man, I'll holler at you.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Yeah, y'all. I mean, what are we supposed to do with that? Just think about that for no motivation. Now this heifer is over here making a mess. Okay, the noise y'all keep hearing is Linda. Linda, I want to take a brief aside. This is why you're single. Ma'am, this is why you're single right here. I just thought undisciplined. I'm just pointing out right now. So, yes, we got the black folk are disciplined. The Asian chick is just out of control. So I just thought I would point out to you all that we are trying to get her settled here. We are meeting with mixed results. So, well, they say she has a bonnet on. When she needs one. I might make a stop down at the hair supply place and go get her one. So, we'll see how that goes. Ladies, I'm not gonna lie. I'm offended. I'm offended here. It's tough pickings here. A fella used to be able to sit up here and hang around in Atlanta and whatnot. Now, what the hell is the point? What the hell is the point? I used to wonder why I didn't see so many expensive cars around here anymore. Now I know why. What's a man's motivation? Bro, you gonna get the same damn thing? Why would you go off and go pay for an S-Class when you're gonna get the same thing you were getting when you drove in your Chevy Malibu? Why would you do that? It's not like it's gonna get you something better. So you might as well go ahead and take what the hell they throwing. Let me see if I can get Mr. B-Ham up here on Zoom. Oh, ATL Nightlife? What nightlife? It's Night of the Living Dead. Oh, but it's Night of the Living Dead. It's just a bunch of chicks walking down the streets like zombies. It ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. Okay, Mr. B-Ham was there. Mr. B-Ham has dropped off. I hope his boyfriend didn't grab him. All right, let me see if I can get Mark up here on Zoom. All right, Mark, I got you here on Zoom. Turn your speakers off for me.
What's going on, brother Jason? How you doing?
All right, brother, where you calling us from?
I'm calling from Metro Atlanta.
Oh, dude, you in the belly of the beast.
Yes, sir. I'm actually married, so just want to give a little bit of insight on what I've seen. I'm born and raised here, and you know what we've seen change is just a true case and story of supply and demand, right? So
Where the hell's the supply? But go ahead.
So just the supply of women here in Metro Atlanta has really lowered what they get. And, by doing that, you see that guys don't even have to try anymore, which in turn has changed what they were trying for. See, a while back, Atlanta used to be the place where we used to have, so many beautiful professional women that come from all over the country. But now, with the economy and how everything is in these streets, it's like they not even trying no more because there's so many of them. It's like a race to the bottom, right? It's kind of like in real estate. When you got too many houses available, everybody starts cutting their prices. And so that's what we have. And it's a shame because I have a lot of friends who are single, and they always tell me, like, you meet the girl who might look okay, but no substance, not about anything. So I just feel like it's just an issue with supply and demand. I don't know what it's going to take to fix it. When I go to the gym, I don't really see anybody in there anymore.
Dude, I'm just seeing they didn't stop trying. Even some of the new, everybody was talking about the immigrants over here and whatnot. I've seen a bunch of Asian chicks. It's disease, dude. It's contagious. They starting to look like the surroundings. I'm like, okay, it's what are you going to do with this?
Well, I mean, I hope something does change because there's a lot of good brothers down here making a life for themselves. But, it's tough to move when you're not going to get anything in return. I always say, if you're lucky, every man should ask for 3 things from a woman. You'll be lucky if you can get one. And I say that's cook, clean, and stay in shape. So even the average guy probably only gets one. So,
dude, it's the 21st century. They ain't cooking, so you fighting for clean and in shape, and this in shape is an uphill fight. And even if there's the real thing about it, it's like, okay, well, she's like, if I'm less than a size 10, I need somebody to buy me a BMW. I'm like, a BMW for a BMW for a BMI. This is where we at today with it. You make a very good analogy there when you say it's like, the housing market, when you got too many houses, it's a race to the bottom. That's a scary proposition.
Yeah. I mean, because I hear from some of my friends, they talk to chicks, and like the previous brother said, some of these chicks now, they like, hey man, I just trying to come hang out, give me $80 and you can do whatever. It's getting ugly out here in these streets. So
I can't point to a bunch of. I'm sorry, I gotta say, I don't see a bunch of wife material out here, man. I don't see a bunch of wife material out here. I just don't.
And I'll say one more thing before I land my plane here. What really hurt Atlanta was one of them places that the women embraced being thick, right? And so it was thick when you was young, but now you got a little age on you, and that's not thick no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just landed right there. I appreciate you for everything you do, brother Jason. And I'll keep tuning in.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Yeah, y'all, like I say, the Krispy Kreme people are doing the BBLs now. It's just real weird looking. So you see a bunch of chicks walking around here that look like got toothpicks for legs with an apple on top of it. Yes, ma'am.
King DC 93 says.
Lean closer, ma'am. What are you doing?
King DC 93 says, I have parasites and cannot control her being. Sir, what do you mean by that? I mean,
you got parasites? What is he?
I don't know you.
Has he gotten the?
Are you a king of your own empire? What do you have? What do you bring to the table?
Oh, hell. Y'all, should I tell her or y'all gonna tell her?
I mean, Men always want to complain about the women, but I have my own. I have investments. I support myself. And the men that I meet are okay with average 9 to 5s and think they're top tier men because they are adulting.
Linda?
Sir?
Do you really want me to respond?
No, I want King DC to respond as he's saying I have parasites. So let's break that down, sir.
He said you have parasites?
Yes. And cannot be controlled with a parasite emoji.
I guess
I know he's not talking about Washington, D.C. Because I don't think he's king anywhere. Or he's talking about his own parasites that he may have. So,
Okay.
we can debate that.
Is a coping mechanism used 80% of the time.
All right, y'all. The ladies are getting ornery over here, so.
Zoom link is pinned at the top for people that keep asking for a phone number.
Okay, they're getting ornery over here, so. And by the way, they sitting over here in person. I guess they figured there's 2 of them and 1 of me. So, I'm sure King DC is balling out of control.
Oh, about business. Are you referring to Linda or Valerie? If we are still single. I have orbiters.
He says he got a lot to bring to the table. They have a lot to bring to the table.
Such as?
I don't know. He said he has a lot to bring to the table. I guess
Hit the
he'll go.
Zoom link. Let's talk about it.
I guess he can go ahead and make his list of it.
Let's talk about it.
He has a
Let's
lot to bring to the
compare
table.
Notes.
I was thinking about doing my broadcast night from down there in Magic City.
Let's go.
I was thinking about doing my broadcast night from Magic City so I can show y'all some of what goes on up in there.
We can bring applications with us.
Which applications in particular?
Side chick applications.
At Magic City?
You might be interested. Young, big butt.
I don't
little
know.
waist.
I can't think of the last young chick I saw who worked at Magic City. It's
Well,
usually
let's go
something.
check it out.
It's usually something 30 years old or older.
When's the last time you've been?
It's been a few years since I went by. I've never actually set foot in the place. I couldn't tell you what's happening. They could have dancing bears. I wouldn't know what's going on over there.
But we don't want to catch any parasites, so we'll stay away from there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I would just be going there and say, hey, by the way, is this supposed to be popping? No. What am we supposed to do with that?
You definitely want to be mindful of the environment that you meet folks in. That's going to be important. I wouldn't want to consider assuming you're going to meet someone in Magic City that may be marriage material.
Why do we have to get married?
I forgot. This is the time of situationships.
Okay, why is it?
No, I'm not set on getting married. I've been there, done that. It's not all what you think it's.
That's right. She knows her
It
place. Okay. You, on the other hand, you need to learn a little bit. The only reason you want marriage is because you believe that's going to put a handcuff on a man.
Oh, no. Marriage is.
Marriage
That's
is
how you
a
build wealth.
hassle.
You can build wealth all by yourself, honey.
That is true.
That's
but
right. Tell
when
him, Miss
we're
Asian.
talking about generational wealth.
You need a man for protection.
Right. Exactly.
You don't need his money.
That's true.
It would be an assistance of building yourself.
That's true. But when you have if you have a union, this is supposed to be a partnership. I think people view marriages as.
Ma'am, y'all. She keeps looking out the window. I know it's an awesome view. The microphone is over here. The window is over there. The mic is over here.
My bad. Marriage is a partnership, and when
She already starting off bad. But go ahead and finish this thought.
it is a partnership where you're supposed to be able to accumulate investments and build generational wealth. And Lord forbid, if anyone ends up on a deathbed, you'll be able to speak for one another.
You can have power of attorneys done medical power of attorneys done when you decide you find your person?
You're just against marriage, huh?
They have that.
I mean, I would want someone to make a decision for me that I have some kind of connection with.
Jason, I'm sorry to cut you off, Valerie, but can you confirm for Goku Kiyosaki that we are not 215 pounds?
No, they are not. They are not 215 pounds. You could easily pick up either one of these ladies. You could easily pick up either one of them. So yeah, that's they got other problems. The weight is not the problem. You can hear what the other problems is. Valerie, ma'am,
Sir.
in the 21st century, why would a man want to marry a chick in Atlanta in the 21st century? Why?
You know, Jason, they probably wouldn't.
Okay, there you go. Side chicks ahoy.
But that's same with the women. Let's address King Young 988 orbiters. Yes, a roster of maintenance men. Everybody has their position. If I need something, I know who to call. Doesn't mean that I'm fucking any of them, but they are in my back pocket, as Jason would say. So, King Young 988, that's what an orbiter is. A man who would like a taste of Linda, but has not gotten it yet. Let's make that clear.
Y'all have emboldened her. She didn't used to be like this.
Okay, because these comments...
Yeah, you didn't used to be like this. Something happened to you since you came here. You came here and all of a sudden this has brought out a whole different side of you.
Okay, Hitokini 77. Hitokin 77. You didn't learn anything from the last train leaving? I sure did. I lost a lot of weight and I have had a lot of more opportunities and I have leveled up my game in the past 2 years.
So now you're making a roster?
It's not a roster, it's a small one hand.
But I want to hear what the word after small is. It's a small what exactly?
You didn't learn it.
It's not a roster, it's a squad.
Did you learn anything, man or woman, from the broadcast? Like, what is... Girl, here. Go ahead.
I don't have a roster. I just have a small squad. Okay.
Exactly. Just like you say, women always have someone to call on. If I need my garage light changed, I will call someone. If I want to upgrade something in my house, I will have my floors redone at a wholesale price. Yes.
California, California, California. And when they ask why men are moving the way they are, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. So if fellas, wherever you are, just understand, by the way, they're actually being honest for a change. She didn't used to be like this. Y'all have awakened something in her. Ordinarily, she would be all nice and petite. Now she's like, okay, I'm just going to go off on the fellas here.
I mean, they want to talk. Let's talk.
Okay. I got Jessica on Zoom. At least I think I have Jessica on Zoom. Okay, Jessica done got her did with her Nene Leaks hoop earrings on. Hello, Jessica. Oh, I don't think she can hear me.
Want me to hang up? I can hang up.
Were you going to speak?
You want me to leave?
No, I want you to talk.
Jason, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. We've been hearing you for a minute now. I hear you. I see you.
Good. Yes. So I wanted to call in because I am a woman in Atlanta and I have been married for 16 years happily.
I hope that goes both ways, but go ahead.
I'm sure it does. I think he can attest.
Maybe he ain't trying to get cleared out. He's going to say yes no matter what. This is a hostage situation right now. So he better say yes, because I'm not going to pay for the lawyer bill. But go ahead.
I hope not. But what I wanted to do was, I personally do not have a social media page. And I think
man.
the issue is that women are trying to reach a status of what they are seeing on social media versus being the status of what their men want them to be.
Okay. Were you like that before you got married?
Before I got married, I've been married for 16 years. I got married in 2008, and I had a Facebook page, which I deleted shortly after I got married. I just didn't see a use for it, to be honest.
That answer's a little suspect. How long did you have this Facebook page before you got married?
I only had it about a year. So I'm of the age where I went to college in Atlanta, and Facebook and social media platforms were just kind of up and coming. So it was kind of still a new thing. So I was not on it for a long time. I never had an Instagram page or anything like
Never
that.
had the MySpace? Come on.
I actually
there you
linked
go.
that. I will answer yes. I actually linked back up with my husband, who I have known for a long time via MySpace. I did.
Okay, there you go. Did you have a Black Planet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did I have what?
Did you have a Black Planet?
No.
So she had the MySpace, she had the Facebook, and then she said she got married, and all of a sudden she wanted to get rid of that. Now,
trying to find it.
Whose idea was it to get rid of your Facebook page?
Yes.
No, whose idea was
that? So my
that?
husband, ironically,
there you go.
It was my own idea. It was my own idea, and I'll tell you too.
It was
my
your
husband,
idea.
He's never had a Facebook page. We only saw each other on MySpace. Just to give you a little context there.
Okay, well, even if I take this at face value, which, by the way, I am skeptical. Okay, I'm skeptical as hell. But even if I take this as at face value, because there's obviously there's some. You look like Nene Leakes before she changed her hair color. So I'm like, okay, I know dudes was trying to holler at you. So it's not as if they were trying to avoid you. She looked like ATL apparently before it went to hell. So I know dudes are trying to holler at you. So if that's the case, the only getting rid of your social media would make sure that
you say that
getting rid of social media would have made sure they didn't have a means to get a hold of you.
And the woman who was 90 years old approached me and she said, I have to commend you because you look like a woman. Women today no longer look like women. So it's just timely that this broadcast and the topic that is on. And she said that to me.
Yeah, I mean, well, certainly you got that going for you. It looks like you get your hair done. I mean, like, number one, you have your hair. Have your hair. Number two, you get it done. So, yeah, there's a lost art. That certainly is. So,
and
obviously,
I do it myself.
Okay, well,
I don't have time to go to a salon. I have 2 young boys. So.
Okay, well, the last good one in Atlanta is gone, y'all, 16 years ago. So all they doing is writing stories about it now. And that's it. Oh, yeah. Can you cook and clean?
I do cook and clean. I do not have a maid.
Y'all, the last one, the last one, she's heterosexual. She's not a size 80.
I talk about you. I'm a size 6.
I can see you a size 6. Yes, she has a neck and a collarbone. I mean,
Jason, this is why I was afraid to call in. You gonna break it down.
I'm just saying she has a neck and a collarbone, y'all. She's not a former fatty. I can look at your neck and see you're not a former fatty. So I'm just saying, yeah, the last good one been gone for 16 years, y'all. So old boy got it. That's why he told her, look, you got to get rid of your social media. You can't talk to no exes. You can't go to no high school unions. You can't watch cable TV. So he's basically got to be the Taliban in Decatur. He basically got to be the Taliban to have a happy marriage today. So and he got you. Apparently, you were willing to let it go. These other chicks out here got TikTok now. That's a wrap. Can you imagine asking a female today to get rid of her TikTok page?
I agree. And Jason, I tell you this. I have nieces who are 22. You know, I feel like my husband and I, we're trying to push onto them what a healthy relationship looks like. Because I honestly feel there are certain things that a united household especially a Black family, and being B1 at the same time, there are certain things you have to do. There are certain ways you have to move. And number one, you have to get off social media. You have to. My husband and I literally have listened to you for so many years together.
You got to get off
from
social
this
media. I disagree
channel.
with that part, but go ahead.
Well, what do you mean? I want to talk about it.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I have to ask one question first because without it, it doesn't have context. Nobody knows who you are. So, how old is the lady?
I am 41.
Okay. You do understand at this point, right now, the most eligible females, for example, literally would be half your age at this point.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that you and me, I mean, you're on the tail end of it. I mean, when you were in school, I guess y'all were only just beginning. You didn't have cell phones, were not on everybody's hips when you were in school. So you would have been the last.
I had a phone. I had my first cell phone at 19.
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah. So you're on the tail end of that. So you're one of the part of that last group that didn't have cell phones when you were in middle school. So what I'm saying is once you get the cell phones and stuff, you get everything that comes along with that. What I'm saying is that you have a whole generation of adult females who have never known, just like you've never known what it was like to not have television. They've never known what it was like to not have social media. So it would be a completely foreign substance to them. I mean, they don't know how to. They've always, at best, had a hybrid of meeting people. They meet people in person or meet them online. They've never known a time that you didn't have that. So without that, I don't even know if they could function. That would be very, very challenging.
So the advice that I give to my nieces is use social media to be informed. Do not use it to drive any type of a personal influence. And I say that because it just elevates from there. You know, you now get likes. You are now getting attention. Okay, now I need to get more likes. So now I need to change something with my face, change something with my body. And it just goes from there. So use it as a form of information. Yes, I always get links to Twitter, especially with the election, for example, of, you know, what everyone is talking about on the street. So I use it as a way to be informed, but I never have used it to communicate. If you have my number, that's the only way you can reach me, to be honest. So I am trying to push a narrative to the young women out here that you all, if you want to be with a certain type of a man, you all have to take all of this down. The fake nails, the eyelashes. I mean, it's getting worse and worse. And I honestly, I know it's what they know. And I always try to speak to them in terms of their age. And it is difficult, but I try to talk to them long term. I share your broadcast and say, you all don't have the attention span to listen to a 4-hour broadcast, but fast forward to this. Listen to what he is saying, and then call me and we can talk about it.
Well, that's a sterling example, but what you're doing takes a lot of work. Or at least it would take a lot of work. But more than that, I got to ask this.
Yes.
You've been married for 16 years, or you should be. You've been married for 16 years. What does your husband do?
My husband is an accountant. He is almost ready to, he's been testing for his CPA.
Did he have any kids when he met you?
No.
Okay. Is there an age gap between you?
We are both 41, a month apart.
You met him in Atlanta?
I did, so I'll tell you the story.
Oh, hell yeah. You're going to make all the females jealous if you do this, so go ahead.
Well, to be honest, I live with it today. And I don't say that be facetious in any way, but it's a reality for me. My husband and I have known each other since first grade. We went to elementary school together. And we also went to middle school and high school. And we were only friends. I have known about all the women he dated, you know, all of that. And again, we didn't have cell phones then. So we both went to college and we both graduated. And later on, we were both in our corporate jobs. He found me on MySpace and he reached out and we went to lunch. I think we were consistently seeing each other for a few months after that. We then decided to date and we dated for 6 months and then we got married. And that's that, to be honest.
That was kind of quick.
Yeah, it was quick. But that's kind of the short story of it. But yeah.
I mean, that was kind of quick. But then again, I mean, when you met him, you didn't have any kids.
No.
I mean, think about this for a few moments. So she was young, chocolate skin, slim waist, cute face, no kids.
That's what he said.
Gainfully employed. I guess he figured, nigga, let me roll the dice. It might come up snake eyes, but let me roll the dice and see because.
And my husband is I would say he's a bachelor. I would say.
Still? You say he's still a bachelor? Wait a minute.
No. I mean, in high school, he was the jock. He was He was a good-looking man, and I would hear the girls talk about him, but I never looked at him that way. We were honestly just friends, and
so he was an athlete, and you knew him in high school.
He was, yes. And you could tell he was going places. I remember in 12th grade, we talked about what are we going to do for college. He immediately knew he was going to be an accountant. And ironically, I said, "Oh, I'll be an accountant too."
So he was an athlete who knew he wanted to be an accountant.
He did. He was already in accounting courses in high school. He was just always a really straight and narrow guy.
Well, I mean, like I say, I mean, this goes into unicorn
Yes,
status.
I agree. Yes, I will tell you, our friend group, same age, different dynamics, of course. And what I mean by that is some already came in with children, some came later on. But as I talk to females my age, I mean, there are some real things that I see that are issues in their relationships. And we're only 41. I want to feel like I'm young. I would never be 25. But to hear some of the issues my counterparts are having at 41, it's concerning. And I try to have honest discussions. I certainly agree with you that right now, females lie to each other. And the one moment I said to a woman, "Sis, he does not want you to be a size 14. I lost friends. I did. I absolutely did. But it was in a way to tell them you have to be a woman that motivates a man.
Well, yeah, there's the issue because, like, when you got out of school, how long did it take for him to get his accounting credentials?
He graduated in 4 years.
Okay. Well, there's my whole thing about it right there. So you had to, I'm going to say it like this. You had to wait another 4 years for him to get his credentials.
So he and I did not meet until we were out of college. We were already in corporate jobs. I think we graduated high school in 2001, which means we would have been done with college about 2006. We were married in 2008.
Yeah, but my point is, you see that gap in between there, usually speaking, it was a situation where basically you were willing to wait to see how things turned out.
Well, I probably left that part out. We only dated for 6 months.
Well, okay.
We only dated for 6 months.
Okay, now was this before or after he had graduated?
After he graduated.
Okay.
He had probably been working almost a year or two before we linked back up through MySpace.
Okay, I just want to make sure about that. I'm saying, but you knew him before then, though.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You knew him before then. So even though you all might have fallen out of touch, and then you got back in touch with him, my point is like that's a bit of time. I'm pretty sure you were not at the nunnery in that period, so certainly you were probably talking to somebody else in between, and that went however which way it went. And then next thing you know, you two got back together again. And my point about it is that's a period of time. Now, maybe he had an advantage in that when he did, when you two did re-encounter each other, he had completed some of the things he was working on. That's good. That's great. That is not the preferred mode of travel out here.
It's not. Right. Exactly. And I will tell you, I was also a career woman.
That's usually a red flag, but go ahead.
It is a red flag, but I also, like you said before, there was some time there. And while I was in a relationship, he was the better option. I immediately left that relationship and pursued my now husband. Immediately. It was no question.
Oh, sucky ducky. I didn't mean to kick that one open. I'm like, if you ask enough questions, I'll be damned. Well, she say, "Oh, that was 16 years ago, Jason." Okay.
It's a great story.
It's a great story, except for the guy you left. Yeah, it's a great story for you and your husband. It's not a great story for the fella you left.
Jason, and I will tell any dude out there, if you are not what that woman wants you to be, she will leave and will change her number and never look back. Listen, yes. Yes.
Well, thank you for being brutally honest about that. That
brutally honest.
Old boy is probably one of these fellas I've seen out here on 285 panhandling, you know, so
unfortunately.
He might be. So y'all, every time he think about her, I'm like, yeah, dude, she didn't fall off neither. I hate to tell you, they probably ain't happy. No, she didn't fall off, bro. It ain't like that.
And Jason, I'll add too, my husband and I, we were together. We got married in 2008. We didn't have a child until 2014.
Oh, hell.
Yes, but it matches what exactly you always say, in that you have to vet a person. You have to go through a process of certain things. My husband and I were able to, we moved to another city. We moved to Austin, Texas. He was promoted to work at the local newspaper there in media. And I was also able to move as well. And we were able to enjoy and learn one another, because as a woman, you wear different hats. One hat is a wife and one hat is a mother. And those are two totally separate things. And we have two sons. They're 10 and 5. And right now, I mean, we are on the same page of what a united family looks like. And again, like I said before, and including being B1 in that as well. We hold that. We listen to your broadcast together. He's listening now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's the kind of thing we want to see. Can we back up to the ex who just wanted? I got one more question about that, if I may.
You
here.
got it.
What was he? If I might ask, what was he do when you were with him? You said if you're not what she wants, what was he not doing that made him a lesser option?
He was a very complacent male. Beta, what you would say. I knew I could do better. Absolutely. I met him in high school, and what you always say, women are always more in tune with their experience with men. And he was an older guy too, not that much older, but he was older. And I met him in high school, and I always knew I would outgrow what he was kind of doing. And he had
brief interjection there. He was older. You were in high school. He was older, but I'm not quite understanding.
I was in 4th grade. He was a few years old, like 3 years older.
What?
Yes. What?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me stop right there.
Typical.
His name wasn't R. Kelly, was it?
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No.
I didn't know. When did he? Never mind. Never mind. It just
never been to one of those parties.
Okay. Well, all right.
No.
All right, just checking to make sure Aaliyah wasn't nowhere around. But in any case, so what did he do for a living? Come on now, just if he was a dope fiend, just go ahead and say it. Man. Just don't hide it.
No, not anything illegal. He had a 9 to 5. He was like a driver for like a car company or something. He delivered parts. And it was funny because I remember a conversation. I mean, it's funny, but just not wanting to elevate himself.
Ma'am.
I mean, that was good enough.
Oh, okay, I gotta interject here. Wait a minute. You were in your early 20s.
Yes. Yes.
He was gainfully employed. You were in your early 20s. I thought you was about to say that he was, working at Burger King for a decade. He was in his early 20s. You talking about he was complacent. He was what, 21, 22?
23.
Okay, he was 23 years old. So might I ask what you thought he was supposed to be doing at 23?
No. Now, I'll back up a little bit. I was in college at the time. So
okay, you weren't even working.
When it was time to purchase a book, when it was time to get work on my car, he was able to fulfill those things.
So he was able. So you wait. Okay, you know what? Let me shut up right now. Go ahead and finish that. So if you needed books or a car repair or something, he was able to do that. But go ahead.
But when to put it side by side with my now husband, there was a future there. I never saw this man as someone I would have children with, be married to. My father even told me, you're never going to marry him. He told him that at the time. She's not going to marry you.
Okay, now that's a different thing. You said your father told him that she's not going to marry you. Mm-hmm. That's not saying that he didn't want to marry you.
Correct. He never asked, but I mean, I guess you could say we were young, but it never came up. So who knows?
Okay. Did he ever cheat on you?
I'm sure.
No,
yes.
You say you're sure. No. Do you know that, or you just say in the retrospect, hey, I bet you he did. Did he ever cheat on you?
I saw a female. Yeah.
You saw a female.
Mm-hmm.
I see females here too. I'm not sleeping with them, so you saw a female where, ma'am?
A female in your car. That's enough for me.
You saw a female in his car.
Yeah.
He might have been carpooling.
Now, I wasn't born last night. No.
Okay, no, I'm saying, did you even find out what the deal was, or did you just assume? So you say, good, now I can jump ship.
The optics of that is
so you didn't even ask. You didn't even find out. That could have been one of his. It could have been one of his begging female classmates he was giving a ride to.
No, that's cheating. You would not want to see a man in my car and think all is well. He's just making sure I get home. Okay, got it.
I'm talking about he was in his 20s. He's being helpful. Because I'm saying, did you have any other signs like he wants to be with other women?
No.
Because here's my point. My point is, this guy sounds like he was faithful. He was law-abiding. He was definitely into you. You were in school. He paid for your books. He paid for your car repair. And she rewarded him by dumping him for the accountant. Think about this for a few moments. If you were 22 years old, I'd be playing in traffic. If I had done that, I'm working my little job at AutoZone, dropping off alternators. I'm trying to be a law-abiding citizen. Oprah Winfrey talking about we all on the down low, and Nene Leakes done sat up here and threw me to the curb out of nowhere. I ain't cheat on her. I ain't beat on her. I ain't sleep on her. I ain't meet on her. I ain't creep on her. I saw a girl in your car. That was Susie, the little dope chick. I can't mess with that.
No.
She said, I didn't even ask him what happened. I said, you know what? I saw it. That's enough for me. Because she was already talking to the accountant.
I was not already.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. This is water under the bridge. He got you now. You can just come clean. Can't nobody see you.
I will say this, which is what I tell females now. This issue with being able to be male and female friends, it does not work. My husband and I, even when I was in that relationship, when we met back up on MySpace, we started going out to lunch. We were seeing each other. We were texting and emailing. And our friends his friends would hang out with my friends. We would hang out together. And one night he shot his shot.
While you had a boy, he shot his shot while you had a boyfriend.
Yes, he did.
And she said, right now, at this moment, I ain't got one no more. So
no, I didn't have one anymore. I never went back. It was done. Like in 2 days after that, to be exact, it was done.
How long were y'all talking before that day?
A week.
I'm going to leave that there because she's actually already given the answer. It was more than a week, but she's already given the answer, so we're going to leave it there. So, yeah, y'all, by the way, this is what I said, the last good one in Atlanta, but she's from Atlanta, y'all. You knew she was going to be cutthroat. She's from Atlanta.
But I'm cutthroat for a reason.
Are you from Decatur or DeKalb? Where are you from?
Decatur is Decatur.
There you go. I didn't even have to guess that one. Decatur. There it is. That's like Southside Chicago. Right. That's like okay. In that case, I can't really be mad because if he got with a Decatur chick, he knew what he was getting into.
And he is from Decatur too.
Oh well, he knew what he was getting into. Damn it! If he got a chick from Decatur, he already knew. Dude, the game is dirty. The game is cutthroat. He should know right there. She ain't from Buckhead, nigga. So no. Oh, you knew it was coming. Well, I will say the lad. We ought to have you out there to do charm school at least. Oh no, 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 not really, because she'll be having them teaching them how to do cutthroat stuff too. I don't know. On the one hand, she's turned out good, but on the other hand, I'm like, oh man.
Well, Jason. So, like you always say, I like to pay it forward. So, I really try to be an ear for the younger women in my family. I have nieces, I have cousins. Their mothers are just what you talk about on the business. And I it's a soft spot for me when I hear any older woman give a younger woman bad advice. It's a really soft spot for me. I immediately interject myself and say, don't listen to that. The even my mother, to be honest, you talk about this all the time. It's textbook. And I just want everyone who is listening to know that what you say is very true. It's such a tough pill to swallow. I've shared your broadcast with friends and they can't listen to it. And they literally have told me, you have to be so confident to listen to this. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm a confident woman. I like to think I'm a confident woman, but the truth is the truth. And sometimes the truth is hard.
It absolutely is. Just ask that little parts delivery dude who is probably still going around in circles now. He probably ain't took the company truck back. He probably been driving that little 83 Ford Ranger around in circles now for the last 16 damn years. So it's a cold game. I have
no idea what he is up to.
It's a cold game.
Yes, and I think the because my husband and I are not on social media, I feel that, our attention is where it needs to be. It's where it needs to be. And we're not out here trying to chase the latest trends or just be on the latest and greatest thing. My husband has built a small business. I help him with that. Like I said before, he always said he would be an accountant. I thought, okay, I could be an accountant too, I guess. So we both have our degrees. He's going to get his CPA. I mean, you have
a degree now. Because you said you had a corporate job, but you also got your degree.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it's not nothing that I just preach about. I literally let my husband, I am behind him.
You have a master's?
No. Mm-mm.
Bachelor's?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She borderline, but she ain't in the danger zone just yet. She borderline though.
I am not in the danger zone.
No. Just if she was heading towards that master's PhD, he in trouble. His bachelor's degree, okay, well he might be able to hold on there for a minute. So we'll see. It's touch and go.
Yeah. So I appreciate the opportunity. Again, I wanted to call in. I was commenting in the chat that I'm a Georgia Peach. This is not me. I think it was another one of your listeners who also said, thank you, that's not me either. So we're out there. I think the ones who are taken, we are just not visible. We don't have to be a visible.
I mean, come on now, but for real, it's 20. This is 16 years later. You're 41 years old. It's 16 years later. Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is like being a man today? Number one, let's just eliminate the single moms. Okay. Just by itself, that one thing right there. There goes half of them.
I know.
Okay, let's eliminate the ones who are grossly overweight. Not a little bit, just grossly. I'll be damned. It becomes like whack-a-mole. Think about that for a few moments. I'm supposed to go be an accountant?
Yeah, I mean, so the women that I know who are my age, who have gone through a divorce, they've been divorced for some years now. I have one who is saying, I just need to go back to my husband. And I encourage that. At this point, you need to go back to your husband.
Really? That's not going to work either. But go ahead.
Yeah, I know, Jason. But it's so hard to be a woman and find a middle with women. I mean, I have a whole new set of a friend group, if you will, because my old friends know how I speak. And I'm going to give it to you as it is. I can't I'm 41 years old. I don't have the time to just sit here and lie to you anymore. I mean, we're older. We have to deal with what we have, not where we wish things are, like you say. And one is going through a divorce now. I mean, she is got to be over 200 pounds and really is trying to get back out here and date. She has 3 children. And I'm just like, what are you going to find out here?
200 pounds. How tall is you?
She is like, if I'm 5'4".
You're 5'4". Good grief. You look like you're about 5'10", but go ahead.
I'm 5'4". She has to be 5'10". Yes, she's
she got to be 5'10", 200 pounds. Okay, she built like Nia Jax, but go ahead.
She is, but she has it in her mind that she can get out here and do it again. She really believes that. And so as a woman, I think we're caught in between, she's going through a divorce, I need to be kind to her, but at the same time, when you get over this crutch you in, she'll see it for herself for sure.
Does she have any kids?
She has 3.
She has 3 kids. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
She's divorced. Yes. She's about your age.
Yes.
She's 40-something years old. She's got 3 kids. She's divorced. She's 200 pounds. And she's single.
Yes.
Did she explain why she filed for divorce? Because we know she's the one who filed. So why did she file for divorce?
All of the women I know have filed their own divorces.
200 pounds with 3 kids, middle-aged. Why did she file for divorce?
He no longer was motivated, as you can see.
I wonder why, but go ahead.
I know. But it's so hard to tell a woman that if I'm sitting here happily married, Jason, the optics is always not a good. I lose friends. I absolutely lose friends.
I imagine you do. You're 5'2" and size 6. I'm imagining you are very unpopular in most of these places here. That's what you end. Now imagine being a man under these circumstances. That's why it makes sense mathematically. Your husband got with you in your mid-20s, and that ideally, you ain't been run through, and he doesn't have to fight off a bunch of exes and things. Because by the time they hit their 30s, baby, I mean, the body count looks like Hustler video.
Yeah.
So they got more baggage than Hartfield Jackson. And we're being asked to not just make a choice, but to make a commitment and to improve the life of. Because it's one thing, like you were in 25, 26 years old, no kids, you got a head on your shoulders. Even during this phone call, you belong with a damn accountant. You belong with a professional man. What I'm saying is that take a look at how you're talking to me right now. For example, this is inside baseball. This is one of my requisites when I do have a girlfriend who's a main girlfriend. This is one of my requisites because, you know what I do. I meet millionaires and billionaires. I have to be able to leave you. I'll talk about this on Patreon. I'll just say this or not. I have to be able to leave you alone in a room with one of those men. And I need to be able to get up mid-conversation and leave. And you continue talking to him just the same as I am. That's the requirement to be my main girlfriend. If you can't do that, I don't consider you to be a main girlfriend. In your case, you're able to do that. You're doing this on the phone with me right now. He hasn't had to say anything. That right there alone is rare. That's a professional man's woman. Hell yeah, he can go get the house for you. Hell yeah, he can go get the Beamer for you.
And he takes care of me, and he absolutely takes care of me. He's a great man, and my grandmother loves him. And it's funny, Jason, the only woman I can relate to is my 83-year-old grandmother because she was married, hardly had to work. I do work, I'm a working kept woman, but she had a good man that took care of his family, and our steps in life were similar. So when I speak to her and, talk about my social environment, what my friendships look like now, she's able to relate to those things because she went through the same thing. She is 83 and still getting men. She has a boyfriend. My grandfather's been deceased for 7 years. She has a boyfriend who is a well-to-do man, actually. He's her age. And she talks to me about him because she can't comfortably talk about him with anyone else because I understand as a woman what it feels like to be taken care of. and the type of woman you have to be for that type of man. She still wears high heels. And she looks great for 83. She looks great for 83. So I cannot speak to my mother on that level. I feel my mother and I are kind of in a fight right now as we speak, because I'm sensing some jealousy, to be honest.
Oh,
and it's unfortunate. I feel like we've gotten to the point where we praise bad decision making. I've done everything right in my eyes, and I think someone would say that too. I mean, I don't have a lot of baggage. I don't have a lot of bad decisions behind me, but my mother is so what you talk about. I think she sees that she wasted her years, and didn't get the full experience of what her 20s or 30s could be. So
yeah, I mean that's the other part of that right there is by you and your husband getting together when you were in your mid-20s.
Yeah,
there is so much baggage that you missed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a female can't have a bunch of every time you have a relationship, you're going to bring something from it. Because especially the longer it goes on, the more you have to conform to whoever that man is. So in order to satisfy him, you have to meet whatever qualifications he's looking for. That's changing you. Now you have to become what he wants. You go on to somebody else, now you have to become what they want. And if you've been through 8 men by the time you meet your husband, that's 8 different schools of programming, 8 different avenues of baggage that you're carrying with you. And I'm being generous with 8 because the average Atlanta female today got damn me football numbers on their body counts. So it's like, oh man. So in your case, I mean, old dude, I mean, I guess if he had to snag one, he had to snag one. So it's just, in that case, you know, it turns out like that. And for your mom, and I'm going to keep my place on that, but I will say, you know, I see it all the time. You know, it's just if they have in their mindsets about where they supposed to be, and especially if you look like her, you know, that can be tough. If you look like her, or worse, if you look like a younger, prettier version, you know, it can be rough, man. It can be rough because they start asking themselves, where did I go wrong? You know, you went wrong. But you know, it can be rough.
With my daddy.
Yeah, I mean, and not being honest about it. I mean, like I say, folks can say what they want to about, you know, your relationship, but if the fella's not doing what needs to be done, or if there's obvious warning signs or problems, the longer you wait, the worse it will get. Because think about that for a few moments. On the one hand, you kind of shady how you was moving, but on the other hand, if you had stonewalled your husband or stalled him, it's unlikely he would have waited around to figure out what's going on. I mean, if he got options, he's like, okay, I ain't got to just sit here till you get tired of I'm going to just keep orbiting until you get through. He's like, hey, she doing what she do. Let me go do what I do. And that would have been gone.
Of course. And Jason, we did not know about your program when we were first getting married at 25. And once I started listening to the business, and I mean, he introduced me to your broadcast years ago. And it was your other channel at first. And then I said, well, let me catch up on the business. I mean, I love your long-term listening because I'm able to listen and clean the house and cook and work and all these things. So, you know, I was listening to it and saying to myself, okay, I did these little things. I'm not these, you know, this type of a woman. It was easy for me to get right in there and see where my place is. But as I talk to my husband and we talk about everything, I ask him about the women he used to date, you know, what their conversations were like. I mean, I just want to know. And he told me, he said, well, Jessica, the conversation style with other women was not the same when you and I talked to one another.
Your name is Jessica.
Yes.
Not Denisha, not Danikia, not Shintikia, not Quantavikia. I want the audience to think about that for just a few moments. Her name is Jessica. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, he's going to roll the dice. It might come with snake eyes, but hell yeah, you better grab her while she out there. And he did the right thing. He waited a long bit before he had kids, so it's like, okay. By the time he did that, he was like, all right, I didn't see everything, any negative things, I didn't see it, let's go. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's why your dad told oh boy, yeah, she's not gonna marry you.
He told him that. And I tell you this too, Jason, my female friends who have daughters, I have sons. And becoming a mother of boys, I'm able to give an objective perspective, because what I'm not going to do is give my sons advice on and not tell them how your daughter will eventually try to trap them, or try to trick them into what this climate of female is today. So my girlfriends who have daughters get mad and say, she better be his best option. If he is that dude and he is out here doing what he needs to do, grinding and figuring out the world for himself, and he may not want to settle down, I'm going to tell him that's okay. I'm not going to tell my son to not do what's in his best interest. And that's always a hard conversation, but it's the truth. It is the truth.
Well, I mean, I don't have any biological sons, but definitely you want to be honest with them about the environment that they're in. It is today you have most mothers today who are trying to rear their sons to be the guy, or should I say the simp that she wished had been available when she was that age, as opposed to being the man that you want him to be at that age and be capable and competent. A capable and competent man is going to have options, including the option to leave you. Correct. And a lot of females are raising their sons to be a male who doesn't have the ability to leave.
And my mother is one of them. I have two older brothers. One is disabled. He's handicapped. But I have an older brother who my mother still takes care of. And I literally have no relationship with him because I can't stand that. I really cannot stand that. But here I am as the daughter, like you always say. My mother, when I was out of college, trying to start my, trying to get going, she had me pay rent. Okay, fine. But she's now still taking care of my brother. She made me pay my own car note, pay my own car insurance, cell phone. I had all these bills early on. But my brother, she still takes care of him today.
Yeah, I mean, that becomes a cycle. I think with the daughters, with the boys, they know how to turn a girl into a woman, but a woman does not know how to turn a boy into a man. So what they end up doing is coddling them. And the expectation is that, well, he'll eventually figure it out. Mm-hmm. And that is not the way manhood works. So for you, she knows what to do with you as a female. But the truth is, they have no idea what to do with a male. They're just sitting and hoping, and then next thing you know, you wake up and he's 50.
Right. Yes. And I have sons, so I feel like my husband and I have a very good dynamic because I match how it is I know he will want me to speak to them. I don't sugarcoat anything. We were out today. It's a Friday. We typically may go hang out after school, and I pick them up. And ran across my son's teacher and another one. And I said, I spoke to your teacher. She says, you're doing well. And he says, but the other lady is not my teacher. How does she know how I'm doing? And I said to him, son, someone is always looking. People are always looking. He's 10. And it's important that they hear these things. The 5-year-old, we play the broadcast like we have a speaker. I mean, he picks up on the deal with it, nigga. I mean, he picks up on that. Of all things he catches that. But it's now an environment. You have to cultivate an environment of that. You have to.
Well, I'm glad you said that. And that's something I say all the time, is that you're always being watched. As black males, that is a very deficient lesson. Females don't think in those terms, but as black males, we are always being watched. And it's not until somebody comes up behind you with blue flashing lights that you realize, oh, hell, I didn't think anybody was looking at me. Yeah, you're always being watched. But that's a positive and a negative. Once you realize you're always being watched, then that becomes your habit and your practice on how you carry yourself, what you do. The side effect of knowing you're always being watched is always be ready.
Yes, exactly.
And that's just competence.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jessica, this has been eye-opening here. It really, really has. Y'all, this is the last most desirable one in Atlanta, and yes, she is already taken. She looked like she sound. I'll just leave it at that. So
Oh, well, I hope that's a good thing, Jason.
the last desirable one has already been taken, so we'll just be digging through the dregs from here on in. So that'll be it. I'll let you have the last word.
I just want to thank you for your platform and just what you have brought to my household. You know, like I said before, my husband and I, we listen to you. We always want to catch it live. We were just out eating before you came on, and we were like, okay, Tab, it's time to go. Jason's coming on, because we always get something from your programs. Your other channel as well. I mean, I was up until 2:00 in the morning. I mean, for the whole election, all of that. We are B1 all day, if you know what I mean. And I just really appreciate what you are bringing to the Black community, because it is missing. And what I want to hope my husband and I can do is we want to eventually bring a platform to show a united family and what that looks like in a healthy way, and not trying to clout chase or gain anything from it. We want the gain to be that Black people are a better unit, a family, and that we are all not just baby mamas and just have all this extra stuff going on. We can be good, our best selves as women and black men. So I just appreciate it. I thank you. Continue to do what you do. And everybody who's listening, listen to Jason Black, his other channel as well. It's an ideology. It absolutely is. And you walk it, you live it. As a woman, it looks a different way. But there are ways to navigate this. It all has to match. I just love that statement. It has to match. And it does. It has to match. So I appreciate it. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you very much for checking in. We appreciate that. No, she's not light skinned. No, she sounds like she looks. She's exactly what you're looking for. Let me just put it like that. She's exactly what you're looking for. She is exactly what you're looking for. She's a good look. I'm not gonna lie. She's a good look. So she's exactly what you're looking for. So that thought you got, she's exactly what you're looking for. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm like, hey, it's good. Hey, fellas, you want to know where the desirable chicks were? That was the last one right there. So you missed her. I mean, if you're in Atlanta, I hate to tell you, fellas, yeah, the last one gone. That was it right there. That was it right there. What are you supposed to do with this? What are you supposed to do with this? Yeah, she grabbed the account, and then away we go. But that goes to another part of it here. These two ladies have been sitting over here. They've been angry and jealous while they had it, y'all. They've been over here looking cross-eyed, angry and jealous the whole time. So, ladies, why come they all can't be like her? Why can't they all? Do women sit around and talk to each other about that kind of thing? You know, like about what men clearly expresses the problem. Do y'all do that?
Yes, I have.
Because men don't really express. No, because men don't really seem to express what the problem is until there's, like, they've been rubbed wrong. Like, I remember seeing in a comment section, some woman said something and a bunch of men were in the comments talking about how they don't like baby hairs and lashes and this. It was like, why don't you guys say this out loud in general?
Out loud to who?
Women and everybody else. They only say it when they feel offended about something.
Oh, come on now. Now, as men, we've been talking about women's weight now for the last 30 years. How's that worked out? They got fitness gyms on every corner, Pilates studios, and every damn thing else. We've been talking about that for decades. How's that working? We just getting ignored on that. So, old girl was a size 6. She was 25 years old. Old boy said, I'm rolling the dice. And away he went. So for the rest of us, what we going to do? They're not listening to us about that. It's just, I like them thick. Really? Seriously? So that's how I ended up with Simone Sanders down the street today. No, I'm just saying, I'm walking down the street. I heard somebody behind me. So I'm walking down the street today. I heard somebody behind me. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'm about to get jacked. And so I just kind of did the swift turn to the curb and whipped out my cell phone like I'm looking for directions. And then I heard these feet go past me. And then when I turned around, I'm like, oh, there she was, little short buzz. I mean, it looked like Simone Sanders just walked by. I'm serious. It looked like Simone visiting Atlanta and stalking me. So with skin tight jeans on. So I'm like, okay. And it's like everything was just halfway right. You know, she wasn't big fat, but I'm like, okay, we can tighten up a little bit here. You know, she wasn't, you know, it just everything. It can't just be balanced. You know, there's the issue. It couldn't be. Why can't it be easy to understand and just easy to accept? We can't have that. There's always got to be an obstacle in the way. And what I'm saying is, so time is wasting. Old girl just got off the phone. She hit while she was 26 years old. She didn't wait till she was 36 and 46 years old. And then she actually got the kind of guy she wanted, the kind of fella that she was interested in. She didn't just have to grab the last train leaving. She grabbed the second train leaving. Well, that makes sense. If that was my daughter, that's what I would tell her to do. Meanwhile, out here in Atlanta, I don't see nothing but cabooses out here.
And deal with it, nigga.
So I'm just saying, okay, man, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's bad.
And then they're expecting the Rolls Royce Cullinan to pull up. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, and then the fella got to be built. I got Brandon on Zoom. Brandon, where's your camera? I don't see you. Let me make sure I don't have a trolling issue here. So, Brandon, I just need to make sure you take care of that. Okay, Brandon, there you go. Oh, boy, Brandon looked like he'd been praying tonight. Brandon said he called me up tonight because he'd been praying. Where you calling me from, Brandon?
Sacramento, California.
Sacramento, California. Okay, well, I got Linda in here, so she's bad news from your end of the world, but go ahead.
No, I'm actually married. I was married 17 years in my first marriage, and I just got married again August 17th. So I'm just on here.
You got married again this year?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So
sir.
this is your second marriage?
Yes, it is.
Okay, brother. You didn't learn from the first one?
No, I mean I did. That's why I told myself I was gonna get married again because I was with this other lady for 5 years and I didn't see myself doing nothing different. So I basically was just like, you know, I'm gonna do it again because I just felt comfortable doing it. And if I tell you some of the stories, you probably would be like, man, you was tripping doing that. But she actually grew with me and got better because she was younger.
Is she from California?
Cool. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She was a square though. She grew up in Visalia, so she was married to a white guy who was very immature. So when she met me, she was kind of like something real new for her. So you know, it worked out. But she was really into a lot of drama. I ain't gonna front, man. I damn near should have left a few times, but I just hung in there with her because she got pregnant. I mean, she got pregnant early. Like it was probably like I would say. I got a divorce 2017, and I had my daughter 2018. That's how fast I was. I had my new daughter with her that quick. So once she got pregnant and stuff, I was like, man, I'm just gonna hang in there. And she just kept, you know, she brought a lot of drama to the table at times, but I would always be threatened to be like, well, I'm just gonna leave if it's the case. And then she would always, you know, work it out to get better at times. But
okay,
it worked out, man.
Let me make sure I'm a little confused. Are you saying the woman you married now, you were with her back in 2017?
Yes, that's when I first got with her. So it was basically...
Yeah, you met her in 2017, and then she got pregnant, and you just stuck it out with her there, and you just married her this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had proposed in 2022, I believe that was, but it just took like 2 years to get the marriage and stuff together and all that.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question, brother. What took so long?
You do like to decide to marry her or
yeah, I mean, you saw her as mother material before wife material. I'm just curious what.
Well, I'm honestly, I mean, it was a mistake. I mean, I could have got myself trapped, though, to be real. I mean, I was just one of them things where I was careless. I mean, I ain't got no one to blame but myself. But it turned out to be a good choice because we did get married and we're happy. But I took a big risk, though, honestly, getting her pregnant that early, man. But
I certainly wanted to work out. Did she have any kids with her first husband?
Yes, she did. She had a daughter, and she was only like 1 year old. So like her daughter, she never even. Well, my daughter now too. She never even knew. Like she can't think where I wasn't in her life. So I've been in her life the whole time, and she still talks to her dad and stuff. He lives in Wisconsin, but
they live with you though.
Yeah, they live with us. Yeah, they live with me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all together. Yep. And then we have a daughter together. And then in my previous marriage, I have a 25-year-old and a 21-year-old. And I just left her because basically, honestly, I have stepped out early in our marriage, and then she started stepping out, and it's just like I gave her like a few chances, but she continued to do it. So I was out, man. It was just like I wasn't gonna sit there crying and shit when I could get another female. And I shined. I'm good, but she's still single right now to this day.
Well, what would be your advice to the fellas out there?
I would say you don't have to stick it out with no one who you see is not worth it. And if a female cheats on you, it's over. Like she lost respect for you and everything, and don't waste your time staying there. Because once she cheats, it's like she lost that respect for you, and it's like I had to learn that the hard way. I thought that she got me back, we even, and it's, something like that. Nah, I just felt like I just wasted like 3 years because it was crazy because I caught her cheating with the same dude. Like it was like 4 years later or some shit. Like I forget the exact time, but yeah, it was like, and I was just like, damn, like females is it's shady, So I just say
She was cheating on you.
She
She was cheating on you for 4 years.
Yeah, like basically. So I caught her.
So y'all had a 25. You say your son is like 25 years old, and this one was cheating on you for 4 years.
Yeah. So say we got married in 2000. I stepped out in 04, stepped out in 08. She probably stepped out a little bit after that. Caught her 2011. Then it was 5 years later, 2016. Caught her messing with the same dude, gave her a chance. Then, like, probably some months later, caught her again. And I was like, you know what? I'm shutting this down. I'm out of here. And I just left. And, it was tough on my kids and daughter and everything. But I just had to do that for myself because I was losing myself, man. Like when your lady cheating on you, you lose a little confidence and shit, man. And it's just like, you got to just, I just feel like that's not healthy for a man for that to be happening too. So, I just decided I just left, and that was the best decision I ever made in my life. And then I got with another chick, and it was more about with my new wife. It was an attraction thing. I mean, she nice body, look good, everything. So that definitely helped me stick it out. But because my first wife, she wasn't the looker, but it's just like I caught her so young. I didn't really have. That was my first woman who really would have taken care of me, washing clothes, cooking, all the stuff, and hung in there. But
I'm glad you stuck in there, and definitely perseverance counts for something. Certainly where you want to be in life now. I guess you feel like you're in a good place, and if everything's balanced, I'm hoping things work out.
No, it is. She growing with me, man. Like I said, she had a lot of drama going on. Like I had to teach my lady like how to just really just like everything don't gotta be controversial. It's like she wasn't used to just having a guy who's responsible, who know how to pay bills, who don't need help. Though that was her first dude, and it just had her always wanting to just have spats over just the craziest things. Like it could be over my other daughter. It was just a lot of stuff that I used to have to threaten her. I would leave her about, but she knew I was probably the best thing to happen for her. But she just didn't know how to filter not the drama part of it. She just felt like that was normal. So I just kind of taught my wife now that that's not the way to live. Everything don't gotta be just drama. We're gonna have arguments and stuff. That's fine, but it don't gotta go to the extreme. That's like we damn near gotta fight and call moms and put people involved in it and stuff like that. I had to just have a choice. We had to cut all that out, or this ain't gonna work.
Oh, I agree with that. Let me ask you: is she black?
Yes, sir. She is.
Okay.
Both of my wives were actually black.
Both of them. Okay.
Yeah,
well, like I say, definitely, if you're in a good place about that and you're happy with where you're at, that's where you want to be, and you're absolutely right. When a female sleeps with another man, she means that. Females do not play about sleeping with other men. If a female sleeps with another man, she means that.
Yes.
She is trying to replace you. A man will sleep with another woman because he's bored. We'll sleep with another woman because ain't nothing good on TV. But if a female sleeps with another man, she means that. That's not something she does at the spur of the moment. That's something that takes meditation. That's premeditated.
And I know for a fact my first wife regrets it every time. I know she probably thinks to herself like, damn, I should have just let him do that, because he really loved it, because she knows deep down I loved her. She saw how hurt I was over everything going on. I stepped out and and it's like once she stepped out on me, I was really done like cheating. I was like, that shit hurt me so bad. It made me just straight like, okay, I ain't doing that cheating shit no more. Like, damn, I see how that happened, but she just felt like I'm gonna do me, whatever. Like, I don't care. And then she saw how much I loved her, and I think she kind of used it, to her advantage and thought I was gonna hang around. But when I left, she didn't really understand. Like, it's a wrap, though. She thought I was gonna leave and go fish around and come back. And when I left, I knew I was done. But she kind of thought we was gonna, mess around and play that game. But I was out, man. And I know she probably feel like that's the worst shit in her life because we still struggling. As a matter of fact, she still do side chick. She still do side chick or whatever. He won't even commit to her. She's a side chick still and shit. It's like I always tell her like he liked you better when you was with me. It's more fun for him. So now she's struggling, but oh well. I'm happy.
Well, brother, I'm glad you gave us a call here tonight and a bit of advice to the fellas out there and whatnot to hopefully avoid some situations.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Yeah, fellas, California. Hurry, step right up. Hurry, step right up here. It's a whole lot going on. Come on out here so you can get cheated on for a few years. Not even for a few days, for a few years. I mean, that was a whole decade of cheating.
So was he saying it's okay So was he saying it was okay for him to cheat but not her?
Well, I mean, they were going through some things, and apparently he felt like he needed some, usher. You make me want to lead the one I'm with. Came out when me and my girl was having problems. But he said once he did it the first time, he got that out of his system. Okay. See, as men, that's the way that works.
But what is he saying why he cheated to begin with?
I mean, they were having issues. She being hard-headed.
And see, that's the problem.
Really?
Yeah.
So the problem's not y'all being hard-headed. The problem is how we respond to it. Okay, go ahead.
That is the problem. Like I said, infidelity is never about sex. It usually comes after you've gotten maybe what you're lacking, a good conversation, somebody who does know how to act. Sex is residual. But people don't step out solely for sex.
Says who?
Research.
Okay, you ain't talking to no men during that research, but go ahead.
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. And a lot of times men step out because they feel disrespected. That's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, that can certainly cause that to occur there. But also, I'm just saying, he's in California. It's difficult. Y'all, Linda is giving me the evil eye over here, as a matter of fact. Here. Just
well, I've been in that situation. As,
you've been cheated on?
Yes.
Okay, well, just because your life didn't work out. Okay, go ahead.
We discussed this.
Yes, we did. It was very painful for you.
Yes, my ex-husband had another child.
It was accidental.
Accidental. We were married. He had another child.
He wasn't sure y'all was married, though. He was just...
Wait, what?
He wasn't sure.
He wasn't 100% certain. He was like... I mean, he saw the paperwork, but... He wasn't 100% certain his name was on it. But go ahead.
Jason, I will throw this can at you.
Oh, y'all? She's threatening me up in here. Wow, okay. Anyway, you were saying...
So you're saying that it's okay
Oh, Lord, there you go.
It's okay for men to cheat and women are supposed to accept it. But, as we spoke before, you have to be in a certain tax bracket to have those privileges. We will look the other way. But if I'm not a stay-at-home mom like Nene, previous caller... then
okay, but baby, you wasn't
you're
25 years old neither.
Yes, I was when I met my husband.
Why are people cheating and not getting to the root cause of why they want to step out?
Well, I mean, because they won't let us be honest.
Oh, well, that's a problem because communication is key.
No, I mean, as men, we're not allowed to be honest.
Why not? Why do you feel that way? That's the problem.
Because monogamy is not natural. Monogamy has to be earned. That's not a natural state of being.
So why do you expect your girlfriends to be monogamous to you?
Well, monogamy is not, because for you, that's a risk.
And for you, it's not?
Not nearly the risk it is for you. Not at all.
Explain.
Well, first of all, as a female, nothing is more you are never more vulnerable than when you are naked in the dark with somebody.
Who said it has to be dark?
Nigga, please.
What was that soundbite?
Nigga, please. Y'all see what I got to put up with here live and in person, but in any case...
We are going to debate tonight.
Ma'am, the bottom line here is that that's asking a lot. The more productive... I explained this to you before. The more productive the man is, the more women a man can take care of, technically speaking, the more women he should have. It should only be limited by how the level of lifestyle they live and how well he can take care of them. Floyd Mayweather said the same thing that I said way before him, but even he said it. If he's got the ability to take care of 5 women, why should he have just one?
That's my point. That's okay. I agree with you. But our previous caller that had 4 or 5 kids and was saying that he should be allowed to cheat, I don't think he was in a position to take care of whoever he was having sex with equally.
Okay, but if that was the level that she was operating on, if you got a female who's moving dirty, how are you going to expect a man to be moving straight and she's moving dirty?
He wasn't moving straight. He said that he just kept cheating and had 2 kids with the woman and obviously didn't marry.
She already had a kid by someone else.
And how does he know that his second wife is not cheating on him?
Well, we didn't get that far off into it, but if she is, she wrong.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Okay, because the issue here is that as men can handle that kind of thing. Females cannot. We don't carry baggage like that. As a female, you all carry things from one man to another. By definition, you have to, because that's biologically what you are. As men, we don't do that.
Can we address Neo Mongali?
Oh boy, why are you harassing my chat room?
Failed females always ask such questions. Was that directed to me? Because I am not a failed female, and Jason can attest to that. Thank you.
I can?
Yes.
All right. Empress says she likes the lights on, so you did get a second in there for the light thingy. I don't know why. What are y'all trying to see? But in any case,
to make sure we know.
Oh, I guess that's a good.
This is our nursing background. We need to inspect, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Sanitary.
All right. Well, yes, you make sure it's not an Usher situation. Okay. Well, in any case,
there's a Diddy situation in your comments as well.
Well, okay. Well, see if you can get his email address.
My question is...
hold on 1 second, Valerie. The Refix Frame Up production, JB debate with your equals, teach the others. We wouldn't be here if Jason didn't.
If Jason didn't have time, you wouldn't be here if I didn't have time. No, I'm teaching them now, brother. I'm doing the best I can. It's kind of hard here. They think they know everything. Therein lies the issue here. Look, the bottom line here is that a female gets what she is worth, generally speaking. So if old boy was struggling and whatnot, she gets a struggle thing. She's well, I deserve better. How you figure that? There's the real issue, is getting them to understand that that's where you rate at it. Everybody wants to be on the higher end of town and whatnot. Like, okay, if you're with that fella right there, if you could do better, you would be doing better. Now, the other side of it, though, by the way, is that doing better is not simply he's better than you. Now, there's the other part of it. It's not just simply he's better than you are. Are you two a match?
Mm-hmm. That's important.
Because you can have a nice waistline and still be a bummy broad. Mm-hmm. So there's the real issue. Look, the bottom line is that every female gets with a man thinking that he's going to become a better version of himself. Every woman expects that. If they have a smart father around like Jessica did, he can take a look at this film and be like, yeah, baby, he's going to be driving that truck in 20 years. He's cool because you're a little cute 25-year-old And he's perfectly fine if he just wants things to remain just the way they are. He's cool with it. He just wants to stay this way. Because the issue isn't that he's got access to you. The issue is he's happy with his life where it is. She met Mr. Accountant dude, and he's like, hey, I'm trying to do some things. I'm not happy where I am in my life, and I'm putting in work to be somewhere else. That's why you made the difference there. A lot of fellas get with a chick here, and she's reliable for sex, and then next thing you know, that's the best you've got. It becomes a cycle. That becomes what you're in. And then you start asking questions. Okay, well, she's dissatisfied. Now she's giving him problems. Well, he was good enough to get with, and he was good enough to have a kid with. Now she wants him to become an accountant. Now she wants him to be an accountant.
See, that still boils down to people are not communicating truly about what they want, what they don't want, what they like. People aren't being honest, and people are settling. You can't get with someone if they're doing what they're doing. They don't have drive and they don't have ambition now. Why would you even fool yourself and expect that they're going to have ambition and drive later? That's insane. So you're setting yourself up for failure. Just like, okay, well, she left one man to get with you. Okay, well, more than likely that's probably going to happen again.
In the chat room, Empress said, does the man expect the woman to be a better version as well? Of course. But your version of better is not our version. What makes you a better woman is not the same as what makes us a better man. Because what a man wants is a woman to be first of all, what makes a woman valuable to us isn't the same as what makes us valuable to her. Generally speaking, being a finished product as a female, when we talk about cooking and cleaning, those are basic things. The real thing is that what we're really saying is your ability to accommodate what we're trying to do. You being a better version of yourself means maintaining it despite the demands on you. That's why when the man says, hey, when we got married, you were a size 6, and then 6 years later, 2 kids later, you were 200 pounds. That's what we mean by being a better version of yourself. No matter what level you're at, you may be getting older, but we expect you to be competitive to the females wherever you are. You ought to be in the top 10% of 25-year-olds, the top 10% of 30-year-olds, the top 10% of 35-year-olds, the top 10% of 40-year-olds, because that's what you expect from us. You expect us to be in the top 20%.
Now, do you think that was expressed when he got with her? Hey, you're size 6 now. I expect you to be a size 6 in 20 years.
Okay, would he have gotten with you if he didn't like what he had? Because here's the thing is, if that changes later, that's changing the deal right there. That's like you getting with a man and he was working at Apple, not the store, he's working at corporate, and then 5 years later, he's on the couch with an Xbox. Did you have to tell him that he's not keeping up his end of things? Is that something you feel like you have to explain?
No. What? No.
You didn't get with him on the couch playing the Xbox, smoking weed. You didn't get with him. You got with him because he was at Apple. You talking about that right there. Did you ever express to him, you know what, baby, I really wish you would get on the couch and play some video games? No. You know full well with a man, look, as a female, you know why a man got with you. You wouldn't be able to survive if you didn't. If you did not know that a man liked what he saw, liked what he experienced, he's already expressed that. You know full well why he got with you. You have to. Because if you're with a guy, you ain't never said, I don't know why he's here. Tell me one man you two have been with for more than a week and you had no clue why he was there. You like being in his company, but you don't know why he likes being around you. You don't know what he sees in you. What female has ever said, I don't know what he sees in me? How long y'all been together? 3 years? I have no idea why he keep coming back. That doesn't happen. You know why he's there. He could be damn me Chuck Manson. You can't be with a fella here and you don't know why he's there. You know exactly why he's there. You know exactly what you did to get him. You know exactly what you have to do to keep him. If you're being competitive, he already knows. What female would not do that? Well, besides Linda, but and why would you even ask that? By the way, that's the thing. When you say you have to be at that level, what is the? I'm just curious what the level would have to be if he wants to have more than one woman.
Like we discussed together, he wasn't in the tax bracket to cheat.
Which tax bracket is that again? In California?
I wasn't in California at that
Okay.
time.
And which tax bracket is that?
At least 6 figures.
So at least 100,000.
Yeah.
In California?
No.
Or you wouldn't?
In
Are we
Texas.
talking about you and your
We're
ex?
talking,
Okay.
yes.
So
We
it
had a
sounds
whole
like we're saying.
discussion about this.
So you're saying that if he made enough to ensure that you kept everything that you had and the other person, you'd have been okay?
Yes. Because I have learned.
So did he cheat because he wanted 2 women then?
No, he cheated because I emasculated him and I made more money
a
than
lack
him.
of respect. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, and we went to marriage counseling. He said he wanted his family. We have 2 boys together, and I agreed until I found out he had a daughter on the way. So it was my decision to leave because I did not want to care for another woman's child or be involved. And I discussed with Jason and asked his advice. And if he is going to make more money in the future, he's going to continue his pattern. His father did the same thing.
All behaviors learned.
Exactly. He was raised by a single mother. He saw his father walk out of his life, cheated multiple times. He has 5 or 6 brothers and sisters he's never met. So
you could have expected that then.
yes, but if I was a well-kept woman at home, comfortable, we had 2 children, and he decided that he wanted to care for another woman, and I was taken care of and didn't have to work 9 to 5, and I didn't have to worry about paying bills or anything like that, I may look the other way.
But it was never like that.
I'm saying if the opportunity was there.
Right, but what I'm saying is that when you mentioned about the emasculating part, though, it was never like that, though. He was never that dude.
Right. That's why I said he didn't have any right to cheat or have a child. That's why I left him.
But don't you think you expected too much of him?
No.
But he wasn't a 6-figure dude when you met him. I'm not talking about he wasn't making it. I mean, that wasn't who he was.
Right. So I expected us to be faithful to each other and grow together.
But we're still missing the fact that we're saying he stepped out. And I was going to ask, what did that mean when he said you emasculated? Is it because you just made more money?
She emasculated him by virtue of what she was, is what she's saying.
Oh.
That she's always made more money.
I made financial decisions without him.
Yeah.
Without talking to him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if she makes more money, then she feels like she doesn't have to talk to him.
Well, then that's a problem, because again, we go back to this partnership that I was talking about earlier.
Oh boy, partnership.
He didn't tell me
We're gonna have to
that
discuss.
bothered him.
Oh, he did.
He didn't tell you.
Not until we were in marriage counseling.
Okay, she figured it out when he. All right, I got SC over here on Zoom. SC, go ahead and turn your camera on for me, SC. There you go. Okay, now SC kind of looks familiar. All right,
I've been here before.
I'm sure you have. Okay, what's on your mind?
So wait, this is the Hate and Debate show, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Jason, I just want to let you know I'm not coming here for the smoke, but I just want to let you know that like I listen to you a lot, and I just feel that sometimes like you praise like lighter skinned women and make it seem like they are like more highly desired, which maybe in back in the day that was the case, but I just feel that like in recent days, like that is not the situation anymore. And I think being a darker skinned woman, that did offend me. And so that was my hate and debate. But everything else, like I really appreciate everything that you do.
Okay,
So
I'm just curious. Where did you pick that up from? Just out of curiosity, because I had a dark-skinned female on here earlier that I was just praising here, and I've been doing that the whole time. So I'm just curious where you picked that up from.
Well, it wasn't tonight. Like I just want to let me know that I did just tune in and I was excited because I got you on live. But previous shows, like maybe this may have been maybe over 6 months ago or something. But I just felt like you have made comments when you're like, oh, she's light skinned, so she's definitely desirable and things like that.
Whoa, hold on. She's light skinned, so she's definitely desirable. When have I ever said those words?
Okay, so those are not your exact words. Let me rephrase. You would look at someone would call in and be like, oh yeah, like I'm what it is. And so then you'd be like, all right, well, let me see your Facebook or let me see your Instagram. And so then they would send you a picture and then you'd be like, or they would send you their link and you'd be like, okay, so she's light skinned. So, and you would make a comment. That's what I'm gonna say. You would make a comment about
right. Now, when I did that though, however, that was always in context of the men that they were dealing with.
Yes, that's correct.
Because I do understand that light-skinned fellas out here today, it's a reality. Light-skinned chicks get graded on the curve.
Okay.
So you take take a darker skinned female who all the fellas would say is a strong 6. If she were light, just take her and make her light skinned, and automatically they're gonna bump that number up. Just based on that alone. That's just a reality of the way that most fellas operate. So when I see a female who's moving badly, and yet she's talking about how things are going with this dude, it's usually because the dude's tolerating that. Usually it's on that basis. Or at least that's usually a factor. Is it always one? No, it's not always one. But it's usually one. But that's not me talking about the light-skinned chicks is bad to the bone. I'm the guy who told you all light-skinned chicks are crazy. I say it all the time. I'm the guy who said light-skinned chicks are crazy. Light-skinned chicks got issues. They have to. Light-skinned chicks got complexes. I'm the guy who said that. I've never pointed out a light-skinned chick as being, above anybody. Now, I don't discriminate against them either in that regard. I make it clear if I have a preference and whatnot. Hell yeah, I love dark-skinned women. I've got a preference. But I just don't try to make a big issue out of that. But I will tell you one thing. Dark-skinned females don't do themselves any favors by being self-conscious all the time. They don't do themselves any favors by having a complex. They don't do themselves any favors by constantly bringing up lighter-skinned females. If you bad, whether you're dark-skinned, light-skinned, or whatever. If you bad, you are. But insecure. I think what darker skinned females who express what you just said need to understand is maybe the issue is not being darker skinned. Maybe the issue is being insecure. Insecurity isn't sexy on anybody. Male, female, light skin, dark skin. Insecurity just isn't sexy, period.
And I can agree with that. It may be being, I grew up in an area where it was predominantly white people. So there wasn't even a lot of black people there. And so then being dark skinned and growing up in an area where there wasn't a lot of people of color, that could be an insecurity. So maybe when I'm hearing certain things, it's triggering my insecurities. And you're probably right. I took it. I'm going to say this. So I'm going to retract and say that I maybe took it as you were trying to say that, like, dark-skinned women, are not as attractive as light-skinned women. And I understand that is something that has happened in our history as far as like how I feel that the white man has made it be. But yeah, that's just how I took your comments, and like I have been waiting for a hate or debate show for so long.
Well, let me find out something here. You said that you were raised in a predominantly white neighborhood.
Yes, in Oregon.
Right. How many white men have you dated?
I actually haven't dated any because I was always like, no, like I'm gonna, like I can't do that. So I haven't dated any.
No. Let's not. Come on, back it up. Let's not do that. Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not do that. Not with that horse hair you got sitting on your head. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, baby. She trying to. Y'all know how it is. Females be sleeping with dudes and they don't want to claim them. You know, it's like, okay, she don't want to claim the white dude now, baby. Look here. Was he Latino? Was he Asian? Come on now. Let's not do that. You were in Oregon.
No,
come on.
I am being dead ass. Like I have actually never dated anyone outside of my race because I just felt that, you know, I just didn't want to. I just felt that, you know, if I have a baby and things of that nature, I want to make sure that I'm keeping that.
Okay, y'all know what that means. She ain't counting the one night stand. She ain't counting the frat party. She ain't counting that. You know, I ain't never did that even. Come on now.
You're coming for me right now, and that's not
come on.
The case.
No, come on. I'm just saying, let's be real. That's the whole point right there. Just put on the table that's what the situation is. And Brad said, well, you know, there, SC, you know, you're a nice kid and everything. I appreciate that. I love your dark skin. You know, that's good. Some of these other people around here, they don't get along with that, but I'm down with it. You know, I can get jiggy with it. I mean, just go ahead and say that's what it was. And then one day you found out he wanted Taylor Swift. And then you felt some way about this ever since. And that you didn't have enough black men around or you didn't have access or whatever. And that's where it came from. But come on, you were where in Oregon were you from?
So I in Beaverton. I don't know if you know that area, but it's Beaverton near Portland. It's like,
yeah, I'm about to say, isn't that Portland? I think it is.
Yes. But I don't live there anymore. But what I'm just simply stating that, you know, like, but you know, really my trauma came from like when I would be out in Oregon and they would be like, oh, like, you know, they would, you know, say like, oh, she's pretty for a dark skinned woman. And I just hate that comment because I'm like, why can't I just be pretty for a woman? Like, why do I have to be pretty for a dark skinned woman? Yeah, but you're right. This is probably not even a you issue. This is probably a me issue that when I heard certain things, it just made me feel some type of way. And that's
okay. How many black men have you dated?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, okay, so let me...
You don't know. That's not the right answer.
Okay, so dated like in a relationship, probably like 6.
Yeah, I was trying to get this one. Dated relationship 6. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's different, right? That's different.
That is. Okay. How many men have seen you naked?
All right, we're going to say like 6.
If she's saying 6, the number is 12. And if she admits to the 12, the number is 24. I can't believe you even tried that one. I can't believe you even tried to get away with that.
I'm talking about relationships. You see, I want to get back on task. Like you're
No, let's keep it real. That is on task. Because if 12 dudes done seen you naked, and then you didn't consider yourself to be in a relationship with but half of them, and then most of them ended up chasing whatever the light-skinned delight was in Portland, then yeah, now you feeling some kind of way.
Okay, so we'll say 3 or 4 of those I'm not going to consider relationships. We'll say that out of the 12.
Okay, so now she's bringing that baggage from them 24 over here to the rest of us.
But there was no white men included in that. I just want to say that there was no white men included in that. And
So you're telling So you are telling me that a white man has never seen your areolas.
That is facts.
A white man has never seen your naked rear end.
Never, not once.
You have never been in a room alone with a white man.
No.
In your life.
In my life.
Not even for a job interview.
Why would I be in a room naked with
Why would you be in the room with a white man alone for a job interview? Is that a serious question?
I am a social worker. I would have no clue why I would be in a room with somebody naked in my career.
I didn't say naked. I just said in the room alone with a white man.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess probably so. Like,
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and have you
But
ever?
for work purposes, though.
Okay, and have you ever hung out with your coworkers after hours?
All day, damn near every other weekend.
There you go, and some of them were white men.
There's been a couple in there sprinkled.
Gotcha, ain't you?
Why gotta be all that, right, Jason?
Gotcha. Okay, y'all know full well if I keep this up, it's like the first 48. When you in the interrogation room, this is like the first 48. If I keep this up, we all know where this is going.
Jason, we don't know where this is going because
the only thing I'm missing, I ain't got you no cigarettes and a hamburger. That's the only thing we missing right now. And if I could get her ass and keep her in the room, get her a pack of Newports and a Coke, you know, with a Whopper, you know, full. She'll be sitting in the chair rocking at the end of the first couple of hours. Well, you know it.
Okay, bye. No, that's not my scenario though. I'm being dead ass. It's not my scenario. I mean, I do have a lot of white people that surround me. That is correct.
I know you do. She's had some surround her. She's had some behind her. She's had some in front of her. She's had one on top.
Well, I just want to say I apologize if that was the wrong. If I, let my insecurities tap into that. I just know that
let me find out here. Do you consider them to be? I mean, what is wrong with light-skinned chicks?
No, I think light-skinned chicks are great. I have a big family. I have a lot of light-skinned women in my family. No, I do, but I just think that, I just want Black men to also embrace darker-skinned women because, just growing up like that, where I would hear oh yeah, you're pretty, but not, you're pretty for dark-skinned women. Well, what does that mean? And just knowing where we came from, where we had to be compared to a fucking paper bag. Sorry if I cussed. Compared to paper bag.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The thing, though, is that where it comes to light-skinned women, what you're expressing is that you feel like men are advocates for them.
Yes, that's how I feel. Yes, I do.
And you don't feel like men are advocates for dark-skinned women.
Thank you. You got my words exactly right.
Well,
that's
yeah, exactly it's exactly what it is. However, what we would say in response to that is, why should we have to be? Why is it you're not an advocate for yourself? And by advocate, remember, that should be self-explanatory. That shouldn't be something that even has to be explained. That's supposed to be something that speaks for itself. For example, I'm a dark-skinned Black male. You never hear us sitting up here advocate. You never hear us sitting up here, why let them Steph Curry do? Why they give him Drake all that play? We ain't never did
but
that.
Most women, they want that. They want the dark, all handsome. They want that. It's been a thing for women. Can we? Okay, Jason, can I ask this question?
But women don't say
it. Can we agree that it's been a thing? It's been a thing for the dark-skinned women and light-skinned women. It's been a thing. It hasn't really been a thing, I feel, for men. Can we agree on that?
I mean, in what way?
In the way of the dating scene and what is found attractive. Because even white women be like, oh yeah, I want some tall, dark, and handsome. I don't know what they're referring to when they say that, when they're talking about their own people, but that's just been a thing. You want someone women gravitate towards towards darker skin, but men gravitate more towards gravitated towards.
I have a dark-skinned female here also. She had a question about that.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to know, do you feel like you feel that way because of societal history, stemming back to Jim Crow with the brown paper bag? Did your family make a difference in growing up when it comes to that? You've learned that from somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely have growing up with my family, directly, probably my mom and stuff, seeing her using bleaching creams, things of that nature, wanting to be more light skinned. Obviously, she grew up in an era where that was probably more of a thing. So I think that probably started there, but then living in Oregon, just being around people and then not just being able to be looked at as if someone found me attractive, obviously not everybody, but like if someone's like, oh yeah, okay, she's attractive, like, but it always has to have this stigma on it where it's like she's attractive for a dark skinned woman. It can't just be like she's attractive. So then, moving in different areas, like that hasn't always been the case, but I grew up a lot of my time in my high school, in my early 20s. I'm 37 now, but in my early 20s and stuff, and into my beginning stages, late 20s, I was in Oregon that whole time. So, just hearing that all the time, it just kind of, it probably did affect me. So then when I heard Jason even saying little things that maybe alluded to maybe light-skinned women being more attractive, it just made me feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. So yes, it's like I understand where you're coming from, but it's just a real thing. And also growing up and then doing my own research and finding out where all this came from, then I'm like, oh, okay, that came from like stuff that, the white man was trying to put on us. So then it made me feel some type of way.
Okay. I got a question here.
Yes.
Where's your mother from originally?
Illinois.
No,
Rockford, Illinois.
Let's go back further. Where are they from originally? Because you said something that got our attention. So, where are they from originally?
Family's from Mississippi. I don't know if that matters. Originally from Mississippi.
You sure they're not from the continent?
No, we're all from here that I know of. My grandma and all of them were born in Mississippi. My grandma and grandfather.
And it ended up they're from Mississippi, but ended up in Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Well,
not California, not Chicago, Oregon.
Well, so from Mississippi to Illinois,
a state with a long history. I mean, that was a whole sundown state. Forget a sundown town. That was a sundown state. And they ended up in Oregon? So that doesn't sound like a family that would be there way, way long, like 100 years.
Well, that was
even going
from
the Midwest to Oregon, that's unusual.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. That was because of the military, because my dad was in the military, so we moved around a lot. And I'll go ahead and, note that my father, my stepdad, is white.
Your stepdad is white.
Yeah, the one but he raised me, so I identify him as that. So
okay, I'm about to say she putting us through all these changes because of her issues, y'all. But I told you, if we sit here in this interrogation room long enough, everything gonna come out drip, drip, drip. So all I'm missing is some Newports and a hamburger. We could have got there about 30 minutes ago. We really could have. I could have just left her alone by herself about 30 minutes and walked in and had threw some Newports and a Whopper on the table, and she would have went ahead and dropped it off. So, yeah, there you go. So it's not Jason who did this. This is your stepdaddy who did this. Now, you say your stepfather. I'm curious. Did your stepfather have any white children?
No, they actually didn't have any children.
Okay, well, I find it different. Okay, how long did you live with him?
Pretty much since I've been 9 up until today. He's still the person that I identify as my dad. My biological dad never came back around.
Oh, he's the person you identify as your father.
Yes.
This white man.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm just curious. How does a white man imprint black feminine appreciation on a black daughter? I'm just curious how he would do that.
I don't think he can. I don't think that he did. I think I was probably searching for it through my mom. And like I said, I seen her doing things that, didn't, really associate with appreciating the color of her, her darkness, her skin. And so that's probably where, but yeah, I mean, okay. Well, clearly we're digging deep. So,
well, I'm curious about the bleaching cream comment.
Yeah, she used to do that. Remember those Dr. Scrolls or something? I remember when I was young and I used to see that, and I used to see her doing that.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying that's not something that we really did over here. That's really something from somewhere else, which is why I asked, where are your people from? Because that's not a practice that we have over here.
Well, I don't know. I just know that.
Yeah, you do know. Don't say I don't know. Come on now. That's not. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. That's not a deep. I'm from Louisiana. That's not a deep South thing. We don't have a history of bleaching anything. So that there's only two places that you can find that. That's not something that we made. That's not a cultural tradition of ours. That's completely foreign.
Well, I don't know. I've never asked her about it. But I mean, I guess if I want to take an educated guess, that maybe it just had to do with, I don't know, maybe her being with a white man. I don't really know, but I just know that that's what happened. I'm just letting you know that's what happened. But like I said, my grandmother and grandfather, I don't know previous to that, but all my grandfather, my grandmother, my aunts and my great aunts and uncles, they're all from Mississippi. So I don't really know, but I'm born here. I don't really know. And she was born here.
Is your mom lighter than you are?
No, mom's the same color.
Okay, your mom's the same color as you, and yes, she married a white man.
Yes.
That's
probably why I rejected it so much.
What does this white man do for a living?
He was in the Navy. He's a nuclear engineer.
Okay, he's a nuclear engineer in the military.
Yeah, he was, and then he retired. So now he's just a nuclear engineer in the plant.
No, he's just a power plant. Okay. This is good work if you can find it. That's perfectly fine. But that was who she met. Was your mom in the military also?
No. My biological father was, though. He was in the Air Force, but, that didn't last very long. Well, it lasted till I was 8, but yeah.
Okay. Well, like I say, I definitely can see some color complex there. That would be coming from your mom in that case.
Yeah.
I don't think, obviously you have found your way to deal with black folk, but I don't think that was something that was really inherent in your home. I agree. I think your mom has been trying to get away from some things. And where you're concerned, I think you do have a complex about it, but I think what you're not getting, and maybe this will be an opportunity for you to recognize what's going on. We don't see ourselves the way other people see us. And for you, I'm sure you're perfectly comfortable the way you are. Obviously, the great fallacy that people run into is what I call the law-abiding citizen. So many of us have been conditioned to think that as long as you're a law-abiding citizen, you're perfectly fine. Well, here's the issue. You can be, as a black male, for example, you can be a law-abiding citizen and be boring.
Yeah.
You can be a law-abiding citizen and be repetitive. You can be a law-abiding citizen and not have much of a personality. As a female, it's the same thing. You can not have any kids and be a law-abiding citizen and be insecure. You can be personable and also be insecure. And remember, that's a primal thing. Insecurity isn't words you say, it's how you say them. It's what you talk about and what you don't. And if you're insecure, men are going to see that. There's a reason why pimps operate the way they do. They can see insecurity just in your facial expression. You don't have to say anything. We can read your whole life story as men. If we have enough life experience, we can read your whole life story just looking at your face. So I do think that you feel some kind of way about that. I don't beat the bush around, calling things out. But what I will say is that where darker skinned females are concerned, I think in a lot of cases here, there's a bit of an entitlement that there's an expectation of.
With the dark skinned women, you said?
Yes. Dark skinned women want to have a dark skin privilege. Dark skinned women want to have that because dark skinned women believe that every other woman's got some type of privilege, which is why you're talking about light skinned women. That's the next step to talking about white women. Well, they get preferential treatment or men give them preference in some way. Dark skinned women also are looking to have a preferential treatment too. And that's understandable. It would also go a whole lot easier if they were all built like Simone Biles. It goes a lot easier when that's the case. But it's a different thing when they're saying, I've got dark skin, ain't that enough? There's where the problem comes in.
Well, yeah. I don't think that's enough. Like, I keep myself in shape. Like, I don't have those issues. Like, that's...
You keep yourself in shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
You because I got this jacket on and stuff. I don't.
Okay. First of all, your picture has frozen on my screen, so it's been frozen the entire time.
Okay. How do I unfreeze it, Jason? Let me take off.
I guess turn the camera off and turn it back on again.
Yeah.
Let's see if that helps.
What about now?
I'm waiting for it to come back up. I'm waiting for it to come back up.
I put it back on. You want me to get off and come back in?
I don't see anything. I'll put you back in the waiting room and bring you back up again because I do not see it there. But I'm just saying we had a little clump action going on with what I saw there before. So I'm waiting to see for some strange reason because it says.
Do you see it now?
Usually I have a button that says to ask the person to start their video, but here it doesn't give me that option. So something thinks you're on, but your camera's not coming up now for some reason. It's just all gray.
Okay. Start again. Because last time when I came onto your show, I had no problem and I was able to see myself too, but now I can't even see myself. I do see a black thing.
I don't see you either.
I'm gonna leave and ask her to join back in. How about that?
Okay, you can go ahead and do that. All right, well, we'll see if we can get to the bottom of that here, because I'm like, okay, because I'm just saying for some odd reason it was for some odd reason, just, her head was looking like a milk dud. So I'm trying to be nice about it, but I'm like, yeah, baby, we can get that size 18 down to single digits. That dark skin might work for you a little bit better. So that's all I'm saying here. So she's looking like visceral. Okay, there you go. All right. But
Okay.
what are you doing out in the middle of the night?
See, I'm just on my porch having my drink, just enjoying my night.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, because that first picture was not very flattering of you.
It probably was.
That was not very flattering.
We
Okay.
talked before. My name is Cher Cherie. You made a joke about my name.
I'm sure I did because you look familiar, but I wonder how many horses died to adorn your head. Oh my goodness. There's a bunch of naked horses running around Montana right now. Ain't got no tails. Ain't got no tails. I'm just saying, all that goes together. But in any case, this is a whole lot better because I had jokes prepared before. Now I can't use them.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I had jokes locked and loaded. I was getting ready to. I'm gonna say, "Oh, baby, wait a minute. I keep myself in shape. This is in shape." That was what I was thinking.
That's what I was saying. I was like, no, that's why I wanted to get on camera. I was about to say, you are not about to come for me.
Yeah, when I saw
today.
that double chin, I was like, "This is in shape." What kind of shape is this? Potato? That was what I was looking for. So, but it.
You're out of control.
Okay, but what you're really trying to express here is, are those your real eyebrows?
My real eyebrows.
I'm telling y'all. See, I've got the dark skinned pretty women calling in tonight. Now, I'm gonna say turn the camera on, but they need their anonymity, folks. But I'm just saying, we got dark skinned cute chicks calling up tonight. However, that doesn't. That helps to a certain degree, but she's 37 years old.
I am. I really am.
Okay, how in the world we get 37 years old? You ain't built like damn me Doris Klump, and yet she has not had a man, black, white, or otherwise, take her off the market. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Hold that forearm back up again.
What's going on, Jason?
Okay, did Carl Benz write his name on your forearm?
No, Jason, I am in a whole ass relationship. I don't know what you mean. Like, I am married. I'm just calling in the show, telling you my opinion.
If she calls this a show one more damn time, I'm going to reach for this Zoom and backslap across the back of the head.
Your platform. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Can I be having my drink, Jason, enjoying my night?
In any case, she is here to stick up for all the dark-skinned females out there.
I am here to let it be known that I don't think that we should just be, I don't think that like I said, you're probably right. It's a complex of my own. It probably has nothing to do with you, and I need to apologize. I publicly apologize. But I'm just saying, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Well, I mean, yes, there are certainly a number of males out there who have a preference for that, or at least articulate that. But I will say, in all honesty, I think there's a lot of ink that's given to it. I think there's a lot of social media that's given to it for a number of reasons. lighter skinned chicks are actually not as common as darker skinned females are. That's true. But I think that a lot of you have bought into a narrative, and
I
that
agree.
narrative becomes self-fulfilling.
Yeah.
Black women as a group need to work on, getting along with each other just at the basic level. Anybody who's been to a hair salon, it's like damn me Game of Thrones up in there, no matter where you go. Things like that. And I think that what they do is, and of course, men have always, exotic does not mean better. Exotic just means different. That's literally what the word exotic means. It does not mean better. It just simply means different. That's all it means. So, of course, there's a premium on different. If light-skinned chicks were all that common, it would have less of a premium to it. But also, it is because of a different background. There is a different background that comes to it. I think the real issue comes from you all hear things. Like, I feel like it's that TV show Boardwalk Empire, where Nucky Thompson said that, what's his name, Giuseppe, he's the kind of guy who can find an insult in a bouquet of roses. And I think when you become sensitive to stuff, you start seeing and hearing insults where there aren't any, or offenses where there actually are not any, whether that's a result of your experiences or a result of your expectations. The bottom line is that becomes a thing. But the real thing is men were the same in that regard. We don't judge females the way you all think we do. I tell you, we judge females in 3 dimensions. We judge your face from the neck up. We judge you from the neck down, and then we judge you from head to toe. We actually see every female in 3 dimensions. So she can have a bad body but an ugly face. Those things have to balance. Think about that for a few moments. Your body can be a perfect 10 if your face is a perfect 0. Okay, that's deduction. And then we judge you from head to toe. Females don't think that way. The reason you don't think that way is because I don't care. Females can say, "Oh, another female is pretty." You don't mean what we mean when you say that.
Yeah.
Like when you see a pair of thighs on another female, you don't look at it the way we do. You look at it as observation. We look at it as a utility. We can do things with said legs that you're not even thinking. You don't have a concept of what you would do with it. You just sit there and gaze at them. It's like, oh, we're going to do more than gaze. So as men, that whole thing is different. Even when it comes to skin tone, that whole thing is different. If a man isn't used to variety in females, then he's going to put an extraordinarily high premium on it simply because he doesn't know what it's like. Then once he does, the premium goes away. Because please understand, the light-skinned chicks have the same complaints you all have. They have many of the same complaints that you all have. Everybody's looking at their neighbor thinking they got it made. That things are going great over there. And I'm just like, okay, your neighbors are looking back over here saying, if I was darker skinned, they wouldn't treat me like that. Or they wouldn't do that. That's really what it is.
I guess you're right. Like, I think social media and Sister was on the phone. Like, I think that, like, you guys are right. Like, that type of thing that comes from social media and comes from, like, the world, the societal views and stuff like that does play a role. So I definitely. But
you have echo chambers too, because the real issue here is, I'm glad you gave me a call, because you all don't talk to men either.
Yeah, we don't.
Y'all talk to other females who are usually angry and jaded. Now there becomes an echo chamber. If you do talk to men, you're talking to guys who, he's dating white girls. He's probably not the one to talk to. And now you're just going to be getting a feedback loop of things you've already heard or things you already want to believe. Or if you're insecure, you've got other insecure people around you. Now we're just multiplying and reverberating that, as opposed to talking to men to find out if that's really what it is. And here's the other thing. The other thing is, by the way, if you ask that question and then be quiet and accept the answer, as men, I got to tell you something. We were talking about this earlier, because Linda just needs constant correction. Oh, hello, Linda. How you doing? I didn't know you're on the other side of the table here. You're usually on this side of the phone. Now you're on the other side of the table. She's shooting evil eyes. I don't know why she thinks she's going to do that. If y'all hear a big thump, that's the people's elbow.
That's you get knocked out, right?
And that's Jason Black coming off the top rope. That's me, like Macho Man Randy Savage and Eddie Guerrero. That's me. So if you're a big thump, that's the frog splash on Linda. But in any case, what I was explaining to them earlier here was that as men, this is not a stereotype. See, as females, y'all lie. I didn't want to get into this with Jessica because her husband was sitting right there. I can get into this with you because I don't know where your man at, but it don't matter. He done got tattooed on her. So, but you all lie to men as females. You all lie.
So what do you mean when you say that? I'm
gonna explain. You all lie to men as females about a certain subject. For example, a guy he's tall, he's good looking, and he's got a nice car. Most males, the whole red pill community exists today with a bunch of guys complaining about that those are males who get preferential treatment from females. And the first thing you all do is lie, because what the men suspect is that what you like about those guys doesn't stop there, that it goes further than that. You all make sure to lie your asses off and claim, no, it doesn't go any further than that. That's all it is. And it's not true. If he's tall and has a nice car, he's probably got a nice personality. He's charismatic. He interacts with people well. He's confident. You see it in the way he walks. He's not recessive about meeting people. He's probably better in bed. There's a real killer right there. Because a guy who's doing all that work understands he really doesn't have value unless he's balanced. He can't just have a nice car, otherwise he's just a key fob. He can't just have money, otherwise he's just a walking paycheck.
Yeah.
And he can't just be tall, otherwise he's a lamppost.
Yeah.
So he has to be excellent at these things if they're going to have value. You all don't say that part. You all don't say that you want that kind of guy because it usually comes with those other things. It's not just he's tall with a nice car. Yeah, all those things that guys are jealous about or upset about, yeah, he's usually got all that too. You all wouldn't be fighting over him if he didn't have it. Now, am I saying that there's not some dunderheads out there like Zion Williams? Am I saying that? No, I'm not saying that. But then again, professional athletes are a woeful minority. There's only a few hundred of them. The rest of the male population got to actually accumulate some real value. And you all don't say that to the rest of the men. When they quiz you, you immediately start clipping his resume. And you just say it was one or two things and that was it. You all don't actually tell the whole story. And so that's what I mean when I talk to men. I tell them, hey, fellas, we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. If women say they want this, she's not playing. She's not kidding. That's what she really wants. If she says she wants a G-Wagon, she means that.
Right.
Tell yourself she doesn't mean that if it comforts you. I'm just letting you know, she meant that. The same way you meant that you want a chick with double D cups, she wants a G-Wagon. She means it. And now you can try to ignore it and negotiate it and this, that, and the other, but that's what it is, especially if she's been in one. She means that. Now, you can keep fighting over that if you want to, or you can accept that that's the reality, that's really her expectation, and if she tells you otherwise, she's lying to you. And it'll only be a matter of time before the jig is up. That's what happens if you talk to females and if they'll be honest. The issue is getting y'all to be honest can be difficult. With men, it's less of an issue. I have a guaranteed way to make sure every female can have men be honest with her. Jason, how can that be? Very, very simple. Walk up to the guy and tell him, hello, I have absolutely no intention whatsoever of ever having sex with you in life. Now, I'd like to ask you something. If you want men to be honest with you, start off with that right there. Hi, I want you to know before I say anything, I would never sleep with you. But I do have a question to ask. I do have a question to ask you. Oh, he'll answer your question all right. But you're about to get the unfiltered, raw-ass, acidic truth is what you're about to get. It's about to be brutal. But he's going to tell nothing, right? He's not sitting there thinking this. If I say the right thing, sex in the offing, it's just okay. Well, give it to us straight because this is just a conversation.
Yeah,
and then you'll find out some things. But you first have to want to hear that, And it can be difficult if you're insecure about that. By the way, is your husband white? No, I'm sorry. You say you're in a relationship. Wait a minute. Now, did she really mean she was married? Did she really mean that? Okay, she stole that ring from Max's pawn shop, but wherever she got that from, she lifted it from somewhere.
That's why I like listening to you, because you crack me up. You are out of control.
She got that tattoo from her gang set she was at there, so it's somebody out there right now at Max's pawn shop trying to figure out where that ring is. Right this moment.
I can't.
There's an APB on them stones right this minute.
For one thing, you take it somewhere else.
Is he black?
Yes, he's black, okay. Jason. Of course he's black.
Yeah, of course he's black. What she say? I grew up with a white stepdad. I'm trying to break the chain.
I'm trying to get it far away from that.
She said, I'm trying to break the cycle here. So
I am trying to break the cycle. I am. My sister married a white man. I mean, the family's just
whoa, your sister married. Okay. Yeah. No wonder you got a complex between your mama and her. Oh, the family tree is messed up, man.
The family tree is, it's definitely messed up.
Oh, the family tree.
I also like your Black Authority station channel because, I like the topics you talk about. But,
okay, well, I hope I don't break up the damn Thanksgiving's coming up. I hope we don't have stepdad sitting outside feeling all dejected. I'm not trying to have that neither. So he was there for a minute, so I'm not trying to have that going on. But the bottom line is, no, like I said, I guess I'm doing the right thing because I get light-skinned chicks give me problems. I get dark-skinned chicks give me problems. I'm equal opportunity in that regard. I try not to be discriminatory about that because, you don't want to become imbalanced. So I've already had the light-skinned discussion about that. I don't hold the way people were born against them. I hold the way they act against them and how they behave against them. But there are some fundamental truths. Light-skinned females are imbalanced by definition. They're biologically imbalanced. They're socially imbalanced simply because of the society that we live in. There's always this mental schism. Chicks with big eyes are crazy. It's true. If she got big eyes, no, she nutty as hell. She is. You never met a big-eyed chick that wasn't crazy. Yes, she is. She might be liquid dynamite in bed, but she's nutty. It is what it is, Shorter chicks with big cheeks are polite. If she's 5'2" or smaller with big cheeks, she's polite. I didn't say she's white material, but she is polite. That's not a stereotype. That's a reality. It's a biological one. Dark-skinned females who are cute can be friendly. Dark-skinned females with big jawlines are not going to be. It's just that's not happening. Dark-skinned chicks with short haircuts. If she's over 5'7", she's not gonna be nice or friendly. It's just not. That's her signal that she's been through some struggle. If she's dark skinned with a crew cut, she been through some struggle. She's showing you, and she thinks you got a problem with her being dark skinned. No, I got a problem because you look like William the Refrigerator Perry. That's the issue I have, not because you're dark skinned. So, no, ma'am. So, and if I do have a preference, I have a preference for dark skinned females. Period. Point blank in the discussion. I'm not virtue signaling. I mean, it is what it is. I don't discriminate necessarily against light-skinned females, but I will be brutally honest. If I have a choice, I would like you darker. If I could make you darker, I would. But then again, if I can make myself darker, I would. I'd like to walk around like one of them black African statues if I could. I told y'all if I looked like that, I'd walk around naked. I wouldn't even wear nothing. I'd walk straight. I'd be oiled up like Shaka Zulu. I'd just be walking down the street. I wouldn't. What the hell you mean put clothes on? I'm blocking this beautiful blackness. What are you talking about? I would just be paying indecent exposure. I had to live in California because that's the only place you could actually do that. No, you can do it in California. I wouldn't want to be in front of no kids. I'm okay. Put the G-string on. At least.
So many fines, it wouldn't even be funny.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But my point is, I'm not saying I only get in Diddy land, so let me just stop here. But I'm just saying I do have a preference. Let me be very clear about. I've mentioned this before. This is not news. I do have a preference. It's dark skin, but I don't hold against light skinned females necessarily. But I'm damn sure not going to promote anything. I'm not going to do that whatsoever. And none of the females I'm with would do that either. None would do that. But being secure is sexy. It's sexy as hell, no matter what you look like.
I agree.
And insecurity does the opposite. I'll let you have the last word.
Well, I just want to say to all my light skin, dark skin, everything in between, black is beautiful. So I definitely wasn't trying to come here and offend anyone. But I appreciate you, Jason, and thanks for having me on. And thanks for the woman that I spoke with earlier. I forgot her name, but yeah, that was nice speaking with a woman on the panel too.
And
So
that was Valerie. Thank you very much, Valerie. See, you were helpful there. She says thank you. That's what you said. That's what you do there. So, I can't say some of the stuff I really want to say, but yes, I'm not one of them rappers who don't like dark butts. So yes, I like dark butts. What? I'm just saying, let him go off chasing, beige rage. I like dark butts. Nothing wrong with that. It is absolutely beautiful. Let me tell you. Absolutely is. You go to the beach with something that looks like it's blending in with the sand. It's like, okay. It's like, okay, I'm going to go home with you, but I feel some kind of way. No, I've had chicks there that, I want to go to the beach. I know what you're doing. You're trying to get darker. I don't see color complexes. I give color complexes. No, I'm serious. I give color complexes. When they're with me long enough, it's like they trying to get to a beach. I used to think they just like going to the beach, and then I realized they're going to go get darker. They feel some kind of way. They're nagging the hell out of me about some damn beach, knowing I don't even like beaches. Oh, wait a minute. I don't need it. Oh, you actually need it. Okay, well, let me. Okay, well, you in Atlanta, so it's just it rains too much. What do you mean you getting out?
Coming from PA.
You getting out going where?
Well, I can step out on my back porch and get some sun now.
Okay.
I used to be upset when the wintertime come around because I lose my color.
Okay. How the hell you going?
I get a little lighter. Now I get a little lighter. Just a little bit. You can't notice it. I notice it.
Okay. You're going to have folk thinking we can lose our melanin or something. It doesn't do that.
No.
So. It does not do that. Not at all.
No. But anybody that know how the sun works,
Okay.
I love the summertime.
Well, I'm glad all the dark-skinned girls are out here representing and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, you ever heard me repping light-skinned chicks? When have you ever heard that? When have I ever done that? Because I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Because I can't do that. Because the first time I do, it's going to be some uppity light-skinned bro going to be thinking she can flex. So I can't do that. I can't do that. I have an uppity light-skinned bro, and she'll think she's going to call cards. So, no, you got to keep them in their place. You can't let the light-skinned chicks get up. Fellas, we've been doing that for too damn long. You cannot let the light-skinned chicks think they run things. You can't do that. First time she going to flex. That's why the first thing I'm going to divorce them and this, that, and the other. No, I believe in that one right there. Make sure they understand their place in the hierarchy. This is why we don't have to worry about Stephen Curry and Drake. They know they place in the hierarchy. Shout out Kendrick Lamar. Put that nigga in his place. Shout out Kendrick. That's right. Drake thought he was going to run it for a minute. Oh, no. All the dark-skinned niggas say, wait a minute. We riding.
Riding that dog.
Wait a minute. We riding. We riding. There's only one light-skinned nigga got over this year, Chris Brown. He is the only one with that weakest link diss on Quavo. He's the only one who won this year. That was it. Chris is the only one. We stopped the rest of them. We put a roadblock on the rest of them. Chris Brown's the only one got through. Everybody else got shut down. So as soon as we saw Drake, I'm like, oh, look at the big head on that nigga. We got to go take him down. Oh, he ain't going to be allowed to breathe. He can't breathe. Y'all notice only the dark-skinned fellas was talking. So Future was talking, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar. Did y'all notice, though, that The Weeknd didn't say nothing? What? Yeah, y'all notice The Weeknd was quiet. He ain't really say nothing. It's like, okay, nigga, don't you get bug over there.
You mean J. Cole?
No, The Weeknd. I meant what the hell I said. Linda. J. Cole tried to speak for a minute. He sat down, but no.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, J. Cole wasn't joking. He was smart. J. Cole was smart. Yeah, J. Cole's like, wait a minute, they whooping light-skinned niggas out here. Let me back up. J. Cole said, oh, no, I don't want none of this. He saw what was coming. He did the math. He's like, Drake, wait a minute, it's 2, 4, 6. Wait a minute, it's just 2 us. It's 2 us and 10 of them. Oh, I'm sorry, Kendrick. Oh, brother. If I gotta take it on the chin, it's like, oh, boy, he hold up real quick. Drake said, I'm gonna ride strong. J. Cole, like, you gotta take your own ass with him, Drake. This gonna be the end of your career, not mine. So you gotta take your own ass whoopings. And Drake is salty about it. J. Cole is like, hey, I still got a rap career. You can be salty if you want to. I can still get some features.
I didn't know The Weeknd was involved in rap.
No, The Weeknd, he didn't really say much. The Weeknd he said a little something. He ain't really go in like that. He ain't make no song of the summer.
Clearly.
The Weeknd didn't make a song of the summer. Kendrick Lamar made a whole album. So it's just he made a whole album. Future sitting there with him. I mean, he doing the whole damn thing. Metro Boomin, like, look, my studio is open 24/7. Kendrick got new producers. Oh no! All the dark skinned dudes said, "Okay, rally up the troops. We riding. Rally up the troops. We riding." Rick Ross tried to jump in. Yeah, just all team dark skin said, "Look, everybody out here that failed the paper bag test, we're having a meeting tonight, 6 p.m.
We ride at dawn.
No. We riding tonight. We can't wait until no damn dawn. We doing it right now. That's it. Wake your producers up. We in the studio tonight."
Right.
So no, that's how that goes. So you got to regulate. You can't let them do that sorority thing. That's how we ended up with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is what happens when you don't keep the light-skinned chicks in check. That is what occurs. If the light-skinned chicks run wild, next thing you know, here come Kamala. There's a Kamala everywhere. She out there. She done slept with about 10 black men, and then next thing you know, she's standing in front of all the dark-skinned females in the middle. She was standing over there in the corner, looking all shy. You let her run things for 5 minutes. Next thing you know, she's standing in the middle of everybody. She's standing in the middle, and you can't get rid of her. So no, it's Jason Big Up. What in the hell are you talking about? No, I'm smarter than that. I know once you get in the keys that you're not going to get them back. Once you get in the keys, you are not going to get them back. You're just going to be stuck with it. So, no. All right, let me see if I can get Brandon up here on Zoom. Brandon, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Jason? Had to go ahead and call into tonight's program, man, especially talking about this dark skin, light skin stuff. And I had a debate with my lady a while back, man, about that stuff because, she a light skinned chick and she tried to go ahead and, say that, through her life, she definitely noticed that dark skinned chicks get treated a little more different than her when she's light skinned. But I just had to really break it down to her. I'm like, that's really not the case for males, especially black males. Especially black males here in America, we don't do that. We do not really discriminate or really just have any real preference like that when it comes down to black women here. When it comes down to black women here in America, and I gotta specify America. I know how they get down there in other countries, especially down there in Jamaica. She was down there. She was down there calling them light skinned chicks brownies and shit. So they got a whole nother thing everywhere. But over here, man, we do not do that. We love them all. Because the one thing I notice about black women who say that here, they never have that energy when it's a hella fine dime dark skinned chick in the room or around. They never seem to have that energy. Like when I don't know a lot of these new chicks today, but nigga, if Kenya Moore in her prime walked into a damn room, yo nigga was gone. That was it. If Kenya Moore in her prime walked in the room, though, didn't nobody say nothing about her being no dark-skinned chick, though. Shoot, if any damn thing, she stood out. Dark-skinned chicks, they stand out. Because when she starts sweating and start looking like a Hershey bar, and you can pick her out easily, they stand out in a sea of white women and Latino women, of any other women of any race, because they almost still all got the same skin tone in general, but you can't miss a dark-skinned sister. When them dark-skinned sisters step into a damn room, it's over with.
Yeah, especially if she smile. If she got white teeth, she gonna stand out.
Stand out all the way. Like you can't miss her. All the heads gonna turn, especially when you see them, because it's just vibrant. You don't get to see anything like that. You don't see that every day. To see a fine ass stomped down dime piece female like Kenya Moore or when Stacey Dash in the 90s. Come on, like nigga, I'm leaving home and I ain't never coming back. Are you serious? When them chicks come around, though, that all that dark skin, light skin shit get to shutting up real quick, and they know it. Because they know this is one hella damn fine, gorgeous woman right in this room. And if I don't cuff my nigga tight, all that light skin privilege I think I got is gone. And they even know the white guys even looking, because you can't miss them. It's indistinguishable against anything else. You know that's only can go from, or you know what you got when you got that, and you might not never get it again. So they damn sure gonna be looking. We damn sure gonna be looking, wanna holler, see if she got a dude or what's going on with her, because we know, like, oh, that stuff, like, oh, them dark skinned females, they got it.
Well, I mean, look, the thing is, if a female is, well put together, dark skin or otherwise, they don't have any complaints. The ones who, what you talking about, Kenya Moore, she ain't never talked about being dark skinned. She's never had to. If you are well put together, you're not questioning yourself. It's not something you really got to fight over. I think in a lot of cases here, it's really I think it's an element of not really having, properly raising them to appreciate what they are, which is why things like doing your hair matters. Jessica, who was on here before, she does her own hair. I'm like, okay. I mean, she got looking like Halle Berry's was. She does her own hair. That means something. Your hair grows out of your head. That's a whole different type of care than getting somebody to sew something into it. That's a whole different thing. These are rites of passage among females to be able to have these conversations with other females about how to do your hair that works best for you, that is best for your grooming, that's best for your appearance. We don't have conversations like that. You don't have Facebook groups like that where the females are sitting around talking to each other about that. They're talking about how much they hate the men and how to fake pregnancy tests. But they don't have groups that they're sitting talking about doing their damn hair. So hell yeah, you're self-conscious. Yes, you're insecure. Yeah, you are. And when that occurs, now you're looking for something to point to so you have an easy answer. Well, if you happen to be dark-skinned, they just don't like dark-skinned chicks. Or if you're lighter-skinned, well, they just don't like light-skinned chicks. As opposed to, hey, there's a holistic issue here, and if it ever got dealt with, you'd feel differently. Because, Simone Biles has never complained that men don't like her body type. She's never complained about that. I wonder why. Of course, I don't wonder why. So when you actually get it together and you're actually on top of your job, you don't have a bunch of complaints like that. The complaints are for the females who are trying to figure out how to get something for nothing or something at a discount. And if you stop trying to do that, then you start having fewer complaints, or you don't have any complaints at all because you're too confident about it. Men are going to respond to what you do, not what you say.
Most definitely. And the one thing I thought I got to go ahead and say about that is, though, you are absolutely right. A lot of these dark skinned chicks, the ones that do the most complaining, they are the ones who put in the least amount of work into their looks. I mean, we have all seen this type of chick right here. She is probably a little pudgy, a little overweight, got big, thick ass glasses, dark skin, hair nappy, and got on big red ass lipstick, and want to be treated like all the other females, and want to be looked at like she's just gorgeous. And she obviously has put in the least amount of work into her looks as any female in the office or wherever you see them on that. A lot of these chicks be out here, a lot of these dark-skinned chicks, they don't really do anything. They really don't. And some of the times, though, you also see them, though, or they'll be having, like, bad makeup tricks, and they be trying to do with the light skin, where the makeup styles are like light-skinned chicks, and that stuff does not look right at all. They don't ever just accentuate their own natural beauty. Because one thing I see about black dark-skinned chicks, the ones that look the best, when they look the best, is when they are letting their skin tone do the talking, meaning they don't have, their eyeshadow a whole different color. They don't do a whole lot of bright lipsticks colors. They don't do a whole lot of coloring to their faces. they look more natural. They just make sure their skin tone, their makeup is done evenly, and they just let that do the talking for themselves. They have a real naturalized look to themselves, though, and that's when it looks the best. And that's when it looks the best because it's letting their natural skin and this elegance of being dark skinned is something you can't get or see everywhere. Most of
the chicks I've seen with gold colored hair, they're size 16. They light skinned. If she's colored her hair gold colored or something, it's usually gonna be some light skinned chick moving to the size 16 with a real short gold colored hairstyle on her. That's usually what I see.
I usually see the dark. You see a lot of dark skinned chicks though, shoot with the super bright ass damn colors, pink, hot red, green, blue. They be doing a lot. I see the most though. Them doing the most. Size 16s though, shoot doing the hella most. And I just be like, though, really, are you really just trying to get people to look at your damn hair so they don't have to look at you? And it just shuts me on out. I like, though, really though, these chicks, some of these women, they do ugly shit, and then they don't want us to say nothing about it. That's one other thing. A lot of women do a lot of ugly stuff that don't make them look good, but as long as there's a bunch of females telling them that it looks good, they'll go along with it, and they don't ever talk to men and get real opinions about it. And they know what they're doing because then they'll make sure to go someplace where ain't nothing but a bunch of thirsty ass dry D people around though, so they can't really say anything. So these dudes don't have any options. So they just looking like, oh, it's just a female in the room. So they're almost like they know what they do. They know what they're doing with this stuff, and it just looks very, very bad.
Yeah, I mean, you can't stand to be invisible as a female because being invisible means you don't get benefits. The females who are most seen, most acknowledged, they get the most benefits. If you are invisible, you got to open your own doors. Be careful one don't slam on you. If you are a female who is a size 16 and you pull up in a U-Haul somewhere, you're going to have to unload that bastard on your own.
Deal with it, nigga.
Ain't nobody helping you do nothing. You're going to have to move that couch, that chest of drawers. You got to do that by yourself. You 5'2", in a size 6. You probably going to get some help. You're on the side of the road with a flat tire. You a size 18, gold colored hair, big blue lipstick and whatnot. And then you talking about men don't like dark skinned chicks. It's like, no, we just don't like ugly. It's just that's the issue.
You're ugly. Exactly, though. Some of these chicks, though, it be the ugly chicks, though, trying to blame their damn skin tone. I'm like, baby, look, you got a whole lot of other damn things to work on than worried about your damn skin tone. It's a list. Your shape, your hair, your sense of style, the way you wear your makeup, your femininity. Baby, look, your skin tone is way down on the list of things you got to go ahead and work on. But I ain't gonna take too much of your time, though, man. I just had to go ahead and vent that off my chest, though. Dark skinned sisters, y'all stop telling that dang on lie about black men not liking dark skinned men having preference. We the ones who came up with the damn term, the black of the berry, the sweeter the juice. You crazy. They know what it is, though, man. Just put some work into yourself, though, ladies, and stop being lazy and stop listening to your friends. Be one, brother.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. We appreciate that. Let me see if I can get Carla up here on Zoom. Let me go ahead and get Carla up here on Zoom. Wake up, Carla. Let's see if we can get you up here. All right, Carla, go ahead and turn things on for me. Let me go ahead and hit those buttons. She's trying to work out that newfangled technology. See if she can get that to work properly. Waiting on Carla to go ahead and do that. Carla, I can't wait around on you all night. What the old song say, I can't wait forever. She got me doing Phil Collins up in here. I can't wait forever on you, Carla. Is there a song named Carla? I don't know. Okay, Carla called in. She didn't really want to do nothing. Okay. Carla, turn the light on for me, ma'am. Okay, Carla, I'm going to try this one more time, baby. Nobody else is going to see you except for me. I assure you, nobody's going to see you except me. But I just need to make sure I don't have any trolling issues. So I know you're wearing your negligee. Can you just roll on over there and do that? There you go, Carla. There you go.
Comfortable. I'm
There
just
she
being
is.
comfortable.
No, you can be comfortable, baby. You can be comfortable. Start your OnlyFans. It's Friday. I'm in Atlanta. If you qualify for Magic City, I'll sponsor you. It depends on how
I'm too old and
hey,
grouchy.
look, the fellas be calling me up with no shirt on. It's about time for a female to do it because I get a bunch of fellas call me. They be in bed, laying back, no shirt on. This got me feeling funny. I was gonna be talking politics with this nigga. He's talking about these dudes call me. They in bed. They got soft lighting on. They got no shirt. Yeah, Jason, I like to talk about Trump and the election. I'm over here distracted. I'm like, okay. Anyway, Carla, what's on your mind?
Well, I was just listening to the guy that was talking, and it depends on the type of people you're looking for. So I can understand his frustration. But I guess when certain women get to a certain mindset, I guess a certain age or maturity level, it's like the wigs, the eyelashes, and we don't care about that. We get to a point where it doesn't matter. We got more important things that we want to focus on. So it's like those type of women that invest in all that to put up that facade or that image, they're looking for a certain type of man, and the guys that are looking for those type of women, they want a certain type of woman, that's what they see in her. That's what they want. So it's kind of, you get what, you get what you're looking for, so I think once they get past all the visual, and if they looking deeper, if they want more from a woman, then, they'll do that. They'll seek more than just that visual stuff. So, it's a matter of opinion, if you're into that, you're into that, but then you get that type of woman.
Okay, but Carla, I gotta back you. They see more than just that visible stuff. Wait a minute now. Okay, let me hit the brakes on that, because here's the issue though, Carla. All I'm going to say here is, if you want a man to extend himself, remember the only thing he gets in a relationship with you is you. You get access to his care, provision, resources. He stands in front of bullets. He don't get none of that from you. So you say talking about looks. I mean, but that's it's not like your looks are an illusion. I mean, what I'm saying is that if you got triple D cups, you got triple D cups, simply because I can see them. Well, yes, they are observable, but they're not a mirage. They're not a picture. They are real, actual, physical attributes that you have. Mm-hmm. So as a man, that's what we're getting. So that's what we're judging. That means something. That's not irrelevant. That really goes into your productivity. Having a size 6 waist, that's like females have advantages that men don't have. A man cannot choose to be born 6'5", but a woman can choose to have a size 6 waist.
True.
So imagine if a man could decide to be 6'5". Well, you all, the attributes that we value in you choose those attributes, or you choose not to have them. So that's not looks. People use that word looks, but in reality, it's not looks. Those are physical attributes that, as I explained to Jessica, I explained to Shishi, whatever her name is, that we have there's a physical utility that we have. We don't just like double D cups because they're double D cups. We got plans for them. Females are going off getting BBLs, yeah, because they know men got plans for them. They got ideas. She wants to go get shapely thighs because we got plans for them things there. And our plan is not to look at them. That's not what we're going to do. So when they say looks, it's like that's a bit deceptive when they say looks. We got plans for that.
Yeah, true.
And if you don't have it, well, there go our plans.
Okay. I see it. I see your point.
I mean, a chick who wears a B cup bra, I'm like, how many kids you expect me to have with this one over here? It's just, she don't even look like she can do nothing with it. I'm just saying, what am I supposed to do with that? Just think like a man. This is biology happening
I
here.
can't think like a man.
Okay, well, channel your inner Diddy, and I'm just saying, I tried to help. That came out terrible, but my point is, as men, we have plans for it. It's not just appearances. It's not just the way it looks. We're gonna do something. It's just like if you see a man, for example, he's 6'4", and got muscular arms. Well, you've got plans for that. You're like, oh, good. Next time I have a flat tire, that's covered. That's what you're thinking. Next time I have a plumbing issue, that's covered. Next time something needs to get physical labor on, that's covered. That's what you think. Okay, well, I ain't got to. He'll take care of that. Well, yeah, when you're looking at him, it's not just visual.
Yeah,
it isn't.
It kind of goes back to that, hunter provider mindset. So, yeah.
And also protection and provision, because you're not trying to lug no 22s up. Believe me, I've had a few girlfriends, like, they'll pick up the tires, they don't pick up the rims. They're like, Jason, what's wrong with you? This is 22 inches. They're not going to touch that. It's all fun and games till they try to pick it up.
Yeah.
Then they start thinking about, I need a new man. So, like I say, it doesn't work that way. So, it's a good point you make. I'll let you have the last word.
Nothing. I've been enjoying your listening to you for a long time, and just keep it up. We all enjoy it. We all appreciate you.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Here, I've had a lot of females calling tonight simply because I'm talking about Atlanta's. I'm trying to go in on Atlanta, and all the females are calling up, stopping me. So, yeah, I'm just saying. I thought I was gonna have a bunch of bugger wolves calling in tonight. This is the whole night here. I didn't have Gilbert Grape call in tonight. You would have figured, especially the way I started. I'm just saying, all the good ones are taken. They're up in Oregon with white stepdaddies, and they down in Atlanta marrying the accountants when they 25. They done left all the damn 30-something-year-olds out here with their 15 kids. What? And then telling us, come pick through this. When I was a kid, we had a toy box. How many of y'all had a toy box? When I was a kid, we had a toy box. I mean, we had a big one. I mean, like a steamer trunk. Boy, I'm telling you, it's a great, big, old, huge thing. You literally could put me and a couple of my brothers up in this. Okay. Well, you know what the problem with the toy box is? The first year. All the toys are new in the first year. You have some destructive ass boys, 4 or 5 years old. Every single damn thing in here is going to be broken by next year. It's going to be toy parts by next year. It was a toy box the first year, now it's toy parts. And the boys, if you don't buy anything new, they're going to go rummaging through there for the one toy that isn't broken, which is usually the one they liked the least. That's the only one that's not broken, is the one they didn't play with because they didn't like it as much. And that's what it is now. Atlanta is becoming one big-ass toy box. It's becoming one big-ass 10-year-old toy box. Jason, you basing on Atlanta. Y'all kept me here for too damn long. That's what the hell happened. I should have got up out of here when I had the chance. No, let me stick around one more day. Damn, one more day turned to 3 more days. Let me look around. Ooh, hell, big mistake. Should have just stayed in my room. Big mistake. Asked too many questions, and it's a bunch of New York hoes came down. Did he say hoes? I damn sure did.
And deal with it, nigga.
Yeah, a bunch of New York hoes down here. New York's rejects done come down here. That's what happened. It's not even the cute ones. All the cute females stayed up in New York. All the rejects down here in Atlanta. I'm looking for a new place to be. You on the run from your baby daddy. That's what the hell you is. All right, I got Triple X here on Zoom. What's on your mind, Triple X?
What's going on? Peace to your TBA. Salute to you and the all-lady panel you got with you. Excellent broadcast so far. Hey, I wanted to weigh in on one of the previous callers mentioned a few things I want to weigh in on, but the previous caller mentioned the whole light-skinned women getting more play from you or just play from guys in general. I mean, that's just a bunch of cap, man. I mean, if you notice TBA, how many Bernice Burgos or Bria Miles lookalikes do you hear complaining about colorism? Like, honestly.
Well, brother, I mean, how many females today are competing to try to be the next Bria Miles and Bernice Burgos? I'm talking about putting in the real work and doing the real damn thing. Right. How many of them doing that?
Next to none, really. Nobody really serious about it. I don't see the work out here like that.
I mean, and that matters because, like I say,
Yeah.
can we? I mean, just being honest about it. The real observation I was making about Atlanta down here, and some of the things I've seen is that, wow, so they really just think we supposed to just take whatever the hell gets slopped off at us.
Yeah.
You know, it's just whatever it is. You supposed to just take that, and that's it. You know, there you go. Bad attitude, unfriendly, look the part. You don't just have a bad attitude. They're not just unfriendly. They look the part. How much work and effort are you supposed to put in for that? Like, what exactly are you supposed to do? So you're supposed to give $1 million of your own person. You're supposed to become $1 million man so you can get $1,000 of femininity.
Right.
There's the issue.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Yeah, it's just awesomely too many 12s, 14s, 16s, and 18s in the game, you know? And I know what a lot of this complaining is about. You know, you get a group of 14s, a couple 16s in there hanging out. You know, maybe a couple of them got big asses or whatever, you know, and they done threw their weaves in or whatnot. And the light skin one gets a little bit more attention or whatever. Now it's like, oh, you guys are colorists. Where if you were a size 6, she'd already be blown out of the water. You know, but
you gotta want to do that. I mean, but you gotta want to do that, man. What I'm just saying is that's the thing right there. Is that, you know, if you're not really trying to excel, what the hell are you offering? The city is more expensive than it's ever been. It's more crowded than it's ever been. It's more demanding than it's ever been. A man's gonna have to do more work than he's ever done and achieve more than he's ever done. Well, I'll be damned. Is he gonna get? You're gonna do 3 times the work your father did. Are you gonna get 3 times the woman? I mean, think about that for a few moments, brother. Your father did not retire with a $50,000 car.
Yeah.
And you're expected to get one right out the gate. So I'm just saying, okay, well, what do you get with that? What does that kind of, you're going to sit up here and get a $100,000 car and $10,000 females, and you worked your ass off. You know, think about that. You worked your ass off. She come wobbling out the damn car and it's like, yeah, I worked my ass off for this. You did? You worked yourself to death for that? Hush, man.
Right. My stock will fall with you if I pulled up to one of your events.
Yeah, I mean, because can I just be honest? If you were the ugly female, how do you trade her in for a better one? I'm just saying, if you are with an ugly female and if you do meet a cuter one while you're there, this ain't good.
Yeah.
Folks are not gonna like this right here, but I'm just saying, hey, if you walked in the room with a 5, how are you gonna get an 8 when she saw you walk in with a 5? It's like, oh, wait a minute, this is the best you can do. So yeah, ladies, that's one of it makes it hard. If you walk in with a chick who ain't really got it, and you roll up on somebody else, you're like, wait a minute, you bought an Escalade for the 5 over there.
Yeah,
so,
it has a big effect.
I'm doing you a favor, just talking to you. I'm doing you a favor, responding to you on account of what you just walked in here with. I can tell I'm doing you a favor. Yeah, that's where we at.
Most definitely. Hey, I'm a bit curious. Do you have any specific questions or not necessarily approaches, or you know, do you take any specific actions when you're dealing with like a girl that is mixed race? You know, is there any specific approach Jason Black takes towards that, or any other precautions you normally take with versus just a woman that's just Black with both parents? I'm curious.
Well, first of all, I don't take any regard for it. That's the first thing. I think the best thing you can do with a mixed chick is make sure she understands you're not starstruck and you're not color struck. That's very important. Mixed chicks are looking for the blackest male they can find. Now, that's the reality. Mixed chicks they are ambiguous themselves. They don't want an ambiguous male. That's why you don't see light-skinned chicks dating light-skinned dudes.
Right.
I've had light-skinned girlfriends. They will be very, very quick to tell you. They don't want to date a light-skinned dude. They want the darkest male they can find. But there are also other attributes that they also see that come along with that. Because darker skinned males, typically, we have to be more confident because we have to deal with more things. us being insecure, that can derail your whole damn life. They don't have any pity on us. So for us, you either ball or you fall. There is no in between. And that's what they admire and respect about us. So they want the darkest skinned male they can find because they assume through their experience that those other attributes come along with it. So the first thing is you have to be confident. It has to be straight up. You do not be ambiguous. That's very, very clear. Do not be ambiguous. Don't be a suck up. Don't be a kiss ass. She expects you to be confident. She expects you to be confident. Like, for example, don't stand wobbling back and forth. Stand straight. Get your Denzel Washington on. Denzel Washington doesn't whittle around when he stands somewhere. He doesn't look like he's restless. Every time you see him, he's on business. That's the way you approach it. That's what you're looking for. All females are looking for that to one degree or another. Light-skinned chicks in particular, ambiguity is a major thing they are not looking for. The other thing is, I think they put more of a emphasis on a sense of humor. But that only works for a genuinely funny dude. So if you're not genuinely funny, you might want to work on something else. But light-skinned chicks, like I said, you find out a lot of them watch sitcoms and things like that. If they were raised around white folk, they watching Friends and things, or Seinfeld or something like that. So they have if they've been acclimated to that, that's the kind of thing that they're used to. So if you're able to do that, that helps also as well. Stuff like that. Now, if she got a tattoo sleeve, okay, then she was probably watching Love and Hip Hop. But other than that, if you got one from the Valley or something, you can assume that's what you're dealing with. So you put those two elements together, you're confident, you're sure of yourself, you throw a little joke or a funny line out there, that really resonates. And the darker skin you are, the better.
Got you. My man, TBA, I appreciate you, man. B1.
Thank you very much for giving this call tonight. That means he already got one in mind. If he's asking me how to push up on a light-skinned chick, he already got one he think about. I'm like, by the way, Jaden, I saw this chick down there in Starbucks. What am I going to do? All right. He's going to go down there next time. He's going to be trying to tell some jokes he heard on Ellen. See if he can pull it off. Jaden said this work. All right. Sitting there watching. He's going to be watching reruns of Doogie Howser. Seeing if they're going to respond to that. So, hope we don't get in trouble out there. No, confidence sells, man. Confidence sells. But most people are not confident. They're not confident. They're not confident in themselves. They're just kind of out there. Atlanta, I don't know what to tell you. Atlanta, I don't know what to tell you. Folks, if you're looking to make some money, come to Atlanta. If you're looking for the females, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you they don't have them here, but I am going to tell you Atlanta is a city in female crisis. It is a city in crisis. It's got challenges, man. It used to be a lot easier. I guess they done picked over all of them. I guess if we really think about it for a moment, I guess they picked over all of them. If you think about from when Outkast started, man, we're going 30 years now. I guess they just picked over all of them. Now we're rummaging through the leftovers now. All the high price, high quality stuff has been picked over and nibbled on, and now you're just kind of sifting through the leftovers, man. Now you're just kind of sifting through the leftovers. So, unless you're going to hang out over there at Georgia Tech, I suppose. Unless you're going to do that. It's like, yeah, man, once they get 30, that's it. It's Big Bertha. Here it comes. Is that fight with this nigga kids over here? You ain't my daddy. Okay. Yeah, let me go buy a Bentley for that. That's right. Let me go be excellent and get a Bentley for that right there. So I guess that's my post-mortem on it. I guess they just done picked all over it, and all the choice cuts have been nibbled on and picked over and picked out. And now we just dealing with the scraps. Yeah, because back in the 90s, you could have a freak Nick. Back in the 90s, you had something worth having a freak Nick over. Most of them chicks wasn't running around with a bunch of damn bastard kids hanging off of them and, you know, body count out this damn world. That was after freak Nick. No, that was not before. It was after freak. Soon, if you shoot that freak Nick, body count, take it off. But yeah, man, I think that's kind of where we're at today. So, fellas, it's a competitive marketplace out here. I'm not going to tell you there's nothing. I'm just going to tell you the pickings are slim. The pickings are slim. There's going to be a whole bunch of females out here going to have to get their side chick applications in, and these men don't want to commit nothing. Okay. What the hell they giving them to commit to? So, ladies, I'll let you have the last word.
Thank you for having me, Jason. It was a pleasure to meet you.
All right, pipe down, Veronica. I mean, Valerie, whatever your name is. Whatever your name is. It was a V, damn it. All right, close enough. All right, don't get dark skinned and privileged. Don't do that.
Oh, goodness. Well, it was a pleasure to be here and to discuss the topic. And if ATL is crapped out, then got to get your weight up, ladies. Get your weight up.
No, get your weight down. No.
Well, yeah,
No.
Get down.
Get your weight down. No. Get your weight down. We got a bunch of 30-year-old senior citizens. That's what it's like now. It's like a bunch of 30-year-old grandmamas, y'all. They go places. There's a bunch of women hanging out with other women. They talking about their medications, and that's what it's kind of like now. So we're gonna have a clearing out, y'all. We're gonna have a clearing out, man. That's what's gonna have to happen. But in any case, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. Hopefully, I will be able to escape from Atlanta in the next couple of days. Hopefully, I'll be able to get out, escape from New York, escape from LA, escape from ATL. Hopefully, I'll find a way out of here. So if I do, y'all will hear from me. We'll see how it goes. I want to thank my in-house guests over here to the extent I can. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here live or recorded. Oh, wait a minute. One other thing I forgot here. Where was that? Oh, yeah. There you go. Chief Rocka, thank you very much for contributing here on Super Chat. Ivy the Great, Thomas Brooks, Project Leroy, G-Mac, Bobby AF, Logic Before Emotion, Flex Donada, everybody else here. I want to thank you all as well. If you are new here to the business, welcome to the program that all your favorite YouTubers love to hate watch. Click that red subscribe button, click that yellow notification bell. Join us each and every time that we are here. If you haven't been to our Patreon, the link is in the description. You already know what's going down over there, so you have been warned. I want to thank all of you for tuning in for tonight's program. Thank you for watching live or recorded. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of The Business. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, Mr. Jason Black. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, handle your business or your business will handle you. All right, y'all two, get out.